Hey, yo, I said, hey, yo, listen, I started a little bit early. The best thing you can do, hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button. If it's your first time hearing me and you love boxing, you hit the like button. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, we got some stuff to talk about. Shout out to Cursor, my man. Yeah, we got Cursor in the building. Simply Amira, Ego. Kyrie, what's up? 00 says, Ego, that boy Inui trying to cheat Fulton already, LOL. Listen, you guys got to follow me on all my social medias. I posted about that. Haven't had a chance to make a video about it, but basically there's a controversy already. The fight is supposed to be on this Tuesday in Japan. And Stephen Fulton, his team has threatened to pull out if Naoya Inoue, his gloves, or not his glove, but his rap situation is not like situated. So basically, what he's claiming is that Inoue and his team wrap his hands in a certain way and like overstack and overwrap to the point where it creates kind of a harder cast, to the point where the punches have more effect, and that's against the rules. But I believe Inoue's team is saying like, oh, in Japan, that's not a rule. But come on, bro. This is crazy, bro. Notice it's almost always with a black fighter. Just look at it. Almost always. Almost all the time, this glove situation, outside of Cotto, is with a black fighter. Shane Mosley, Margarito, right? Plaster of Paris. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I go from to this day, right? Wilder Fury Glovegate. Inoue rapping controversy. Now, there is another person that's non-black that I could think of. Canelo's team, they were called out by Triple G's team. Abel Sanchez said Canelo was basically doing the stacked rap things as well. And he said that's illegal in Vegas, and Canelo was trying to, put more rapping on. Pretty much the same concept. Crazy stuff. Keith says Spence and his coach relying on the cap. What does that mean? Spence and his coach, so Derek James, they're relying on the cap? What does that mean? What are you trying to say? Listen, you guys are all adults. Use your big boy and big girl words. I don't know what y'all be talking. Y'all talk like cavemen in my chat. You be like, ooh, Spence, fee, 5, 4, fum, Crawford. And I'm like, what? What does that even mean? Like, y'all, like, carve, like, illustrations on walls and stuff like that, bro. I'm a grown man. Y'all better talk to me nice. I'm the best in the business. Y'all better speak some damn English. I don't know what y'all said. Blobbity blue blah, but blobbity blue blah. I ain't hear a word you said. Hibbity hoop blah. Is that a tank top or a new bra? Look, y'all, Snoop Dogg just got a boob job. Bro, I'm B Rabbit. I ain't hear a word you said. Hibbity hoop blah. Like, come on, bro. Spence and his coach relying on the cap. I know what cap is, and I know Spence, and I know his trainer, but I don't know what you saying. Grown Man Boxing said, I see they are projecting again. That is Top Ranks MO. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Shout out to Grown Man Boxing. Yeah, we on that Grown Man Boxing. Somebody that gets it. That's Top Ranks MO to hype the fighters to get them titles quickly, fighting basically limited fighter. Oh, my God. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was spoken like a true champion. Bro, listen, I've told you guys for years, Top Rank, good company, whatever, but they have clever matchmaking, meaning they match guys in, hold on one second. They match guys in a certain method to the point where they look unstoppable But that's kind of what tends to happen if you fight down, if you fight a limited level of opposition. Everybody gonna say that guy's a killer. Yeah, he a killer. He unstoppable. Yeah, you're gonna look unstoppable and you're gonna look a killer if you're not fighting who you know what I mean? Shout out to Only the Strong for the super chat. He says, I love your channel, bro. This is all the way from Denmark. Shout out to my folk in Denmark. What's up with you? Like, boxing fans really be trying to like insult my intelligence. Do you understand the intelligence that ego has? You're not finna do that to me, bro. You're not gonna insult my intelligence. Like, put X fighter in with Y fighter that I never even wanted to see him fight to begin with, and then when he slaughter him, I'm supposed to be like, oh man, I'm blown away by it. Come on, bro. Come on, that is not how the game go. And then the funny thing is, it's like I'm living in a multiverse or a parallel universe. We need to be over 100 likes. Get my likes over 100. This is not a game. This is not a test. Get my likes over 100. That's an order. I'll terminate this whole thing. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Listen, shout out to my shooters. Shout out to Eagles Army. This ain't to you. This is to the bum dudes that come and try to mooch off of my chat. You are not mooching off of my work. You're not finna listen and get all the entertainment that Eagles Army get and then not contribute. I don't even care if you disagree or whatever, but you gonna do the work just like I'm doing the work. I'm getting up every day doing the work. They can't outwork me. Stop playing. Hey, Vladimir's dad, what's up? Clint Eastwood, what's up? Yeah. I told y'all better stop playing with me, man. We got likes or loot. We got $20 in the Cash App. Stop playing. Roger Gethers. Yeah, I see whoever hit the dislike button. Yeah, you see the money coming in, so you gonna hit the dislike button. But we still getting paid. Listen, come to Death Row. We gonna start printing our own money. I don't care if you hit the dislike button. You can't even see the dislikes on YouTube anymore, and I'm the king of YouTube boxing, so it really don't matter. I know you mad. They mad. Listen, I know y'all mad. I know you seething through your teeth. You like, man, why Boxing Ego gotta do it like this? Why he keep winning? Bro, I'm a winner. Winners win. And I'm a natural born leader and a natural born winner. Shout out to my man, Roger Gethers, $20. He sent $20. No message, just $20. Appreciate the love on the channel. Like, salute. That's the only way I could do these live streams for you. Now, before I get into Errol Spence, the title of this video, is he a media creation and all this other stuff that Team Crawford is saying, let me chop up Keith Thurman real quick. Y'all want me to listen, I'm gonna let the fans pick. Do y'all want you want to see some light skin on light skin crime and have me chop up Keith Thurman and what he talking about? Or you want me to get straight into the title of this video, is Errol Spence a media creation? I'm gonna let the fans pick. Listen, I'm so gifted, I'm so great that it don't matter. It don't matter which way we go, I got y'all. Whether you want me to chop up Keith Thurman one time ponytail what he got to say and what he said and don't make sense to me, or you want me to go a different route and you want me to go straight into the title of the video, I'm versatile. Just like Bud's ambidextrous, so is your boy Ego. You know, I could go either way. I'm gonna let the fans pick. Okay, they said chop Thurman up. All right, how you want me to cook Keith Thurman? Y'all like it rare, medium rare? Y'all want Keith well done? How you want? I'm gonna give it to you how you want. Y'all let me know how you want me to cook Keith Thurman and these statements that he said. I'm gonna give it to you how you want. We gonna put Keith Thurman's statements to the test because I'm gonna put them on the queue. That's the barbecue. Listen, I'm the GOAT. When it comes to boxing talk in the digital era, I'm the GOAT. I didn't come to go back and forth and argue with you. I'm going to take Keith Thurman, put his thoughts on the grill. That's a barbecue. Listen, I said I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest in the digital era. I ain't come to argue with you. I'm going to take Keith Thurman's statements, put them on the grill. That's a barbecue. I am going to barbecue everything y'all talking about. The Bud Buddies is over. Everything starts from now. I promise you. Watch me catch a body. Catch a Body TV. They said boil Keith Thurman. All right, I'm gonna put him in the boil. Then I'm gonna put him, and I'm gonna put him in the boiler. I'm gonna boil him, and then I'm gonna put him in the broiler. So you got that nice toasty top. Pause. So Keith Thurman did an interview with Fight Hype. He said Errol Spence hasn't seen him. I made a video about it, but now you getting it. Now you getting the live version. You getting the live work now. The live verbal sparring session. Keith Thurman is of the stance that Errol Spence has not seen the style of an athletic fighter. For many, many reasons, I find that to be insanely cap. Yeah, that's cap. For example, to say a man has never seen a certain style that is a U.S., not like some other country where boxing, you could just make the team and be okay, like Australia, like Jeff Horn. But a place like America, to say he's never seen an athletic style and he's a U.S. American Olympian and he made it on the Olympic squad is just foolish. So you mean to tell me that he won nationals and golden gloves, silver gloves, and got to the Olympics and he never seen an athletic boxer? That's what you want me to believe, Keith? Chief Keith? Really ask yourself. That's like, we'll take it out of boxing. I've worked since I was 14 years old. I've had a job, literally had a job doing something since I was 14 years old, and I'm a grown man, right? That's like saying, despite me working all these years, over 2 decades of work, right? That's like saying Ego ain't never dealt with an angry customer. It's impossible. It is impossible to work the amount of jobs that I've ever worked in my whole lifetime since age 14, where I got my first job, and have never dealt with the angry customer. The only time that would exist is if you're like a video gamer or a slouch or something, and then you ain't never had a job. So, okay, that would make sense. You ain't never had a job. Maybe you've never experienced a irate customer. But it's literally impossible because that's not even how the world operates. If you work a job, and I'm talking about like full-time jobs where you're in the public eye, not like you work in a cubicle and you don't deal with the public. Any job where somebody worked in the public and they've had the many jobs and they've worked as long as I've worked, you've dealt with an irate customer. So flipping back to boxing, it's really foolish to say Errol Spence has never dealt with an athletic fighter. So he just fought what? All brawlers? All slow, sluggish, uncoordinated guys? Man, stop. Michael A. Hall. Errol is overrated. No highlight reel knockouts. He's just a glorified journeyman. No defense, no one-punch power. Errol is overrated AF. I want to thank you for wasting my time reading 2 illiterate, ridiculous comments. Block him. Thank you for wasting my time. I hope you got that off your chest. You out of here. I need the shooters to get rid of him. He's out of here. Michael A. Hall. Yeah, your hall pass has been rejected. Get him out here. Oh, I'm a bum. Wait till the shooters get you. TC all day. Bro, you sound like Team Crawford or something. Yeah, anyway. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. Back to things that actually make sense in this realm. Yeah, I'm sorry y'all had to witness that. We had to catch a little body real quick, you know what I'm saying? We had a little, you know what I mean, free melly. Bro, we had to do the free melly. We had to do the free melly, catch a body and get off. Man, stop playing with me, bro. I'm the melly of boxing. Catch a body and get off. Listen, I said Half of these dudes in the comment section soft. Free Melly. I just catch a body and get off. Bro, listen. I just catch a body and get right off, bro. They can't stop. They can't stop me. Free Melly. Let's go. Okay. Errol's an Olympian. He never fought no athletic. So for just based on that fact alone is dumb. The fact that everybody knows the sparring stories with Floyd Mayweather, gave Floyd a black eye, pushed him to the brink. Floyd tells you that Errol Spence gave him amazing work, right? I know people who were there, and they told me it was all that. Like one of Floyd's toughest sparring sessions that they ever seen. So there's that. Floyd ain't athletic. How did he give the man with Floyd athleticism a black eye? Or even like, why did he, like he was probably like 8-0 at the time. Like, just be real. Like, be real. Like Cypress Hill. You got to be real sometimes. You just got to be real. So how you give him a black eye and Floyd's super gifted and athletic? And really, for real, Errol he wasn't no champion back then. He wasn't no champion. So he also, there was rumors, I mean, I wasn't there, but there was rumors that he stopped Adrian Broner, another guy at that time that was insanely athletic, especially. They said Broner was crying. I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to that part, but Broner to this day is picking Errol over Crawford, you know? So there was rumors about Broner sparring another athletic guy. Well, how did he stop Broner or whatever the rumors were, you know what I mean, at the time? Jermell Charlo, that's literally someone he went hundreds of rounds with, who's bigger than him. Jermell Charlo is not an athletic guy. So Keith's statement is looking foolish. Now, being how great I am, I'm always several steps ahead of the haters. So they're going to say, oh, ego, Floyd and Jermell Charlo and Adrian Broner. Although they were athletic, those weren't professional fights. That was just sparring. I'm glad y'all brought that up. So moving on. Let's say, first of all, before I move on, I never even hear about Crawford sparring bigger athletic guys. Like name a frequent collaborator where there's a world level person that Terence Crawford is sparring that's bigger than him, and he's frequently sparring this person that's athletic and bigger than him, like a Canelo or just whoever, anybody, like a Jermell Charlo. Because Errol Spence, we know they had wars in the gym and iron sharpen iron, all that. Name somebody like a Jermell Charlo or a Canelo or Jamal Charlo that you've even heard about Crawford frequently collaborating. A world level, listen, please don't say Shakur Stevenson, because that doesn't satisfy my question. I said a world level, Shakur's world level, but he's smaller. He's a featherweight, moved to 30, and has one fight at 35. Dead homies. I said a bigger and athletic guy and frequent collaborator. Yeah, dead homies. So that's a true question. Name a bigger athletic guy, like David Benavidez or somebody. Sean Porter sparred David Benavidez. I can't even think of no one. The only person I can even remember seeing Crawford spar that was bigger and athletic was like Carlos Adames or something. And that was like a one-off at Gleason's gym. That ain't like a frequent person he spars. Because here's the thing. See, nobody, listen, they say I don't know what I'm talking about, but no one can prove me wrong. You see how this keeps working? He said, okay, he fought Brian Norman, who's a welterweight, same size. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the same weight class. That's not like insanely bigger. Bro, Errol is sparring Jermell Charlo, who's not in his division, and I have video footage of them, and they're not the same size, bro. Like they're not. They're just not. Like you can say whatever you want. They're not the same size. Jermell is bigger. Jermell is bigger. So I can't even think of anyone Crawford has sparred. So don't be so quick to discount Floyd Mayweather and all the, the sparring stories we've heard from this. Bro, look. Jermell is bigger than him. I mean, if this doesn't show you, then you're Stevie Wonder. I mean, if you can't notice that one guy is bigger than the other, and then I'm showing you that one guy is bigger than the other, then you're just a loser or you're in denial. And this is a frequent collaborator. So what is Keith Thurman talking about? Okay, now, since I've already handled the outside of the professional ranking, because whatever happens in sparring, it doesn't go against your record. I get that. Fine. But I'm going off your statement. You said he ain't sparred or you said you ain't fought no one athletic, or he hasn't seen the style. So I'm already showing you through sparring that's cap. But let's talk about actual pro fights that matter for your record. My question is this. See, this is why these young boys can't beat me. This is why I'm the nicest out, and it's been that way, baby, because I listen to what people say. I interpret what they say, and I check it for consistency. I check it for continuity to see if it even makes sense what is being said to me. And then I move forth with my thoughts. See, people think because my name is Ego that I don't listen to nobody. I hear all the whatever y'all be talking about in the comments section. Oh, Ego, if you disagree, he'll block you. That's not true at all. I don't block you because you disagree with me. I block you because you don't know what you're talking about, and you're a liar, and you lose, and you're not saying anything of substance. That's why people get blocked. They don't get blocked because they disagreed and proved me wrong. But the fact is, they don't prove me wrong. They disagree, but they don't prove me wrong. Big difference. And listen, I'm going to say this. You guys as boxing fans have got to do better. If you really love boxing and want to grow the sport of boxing, you, the fans, got to do better. And I'm going to explain why. You guys know that there's personalities in boxing, be it YouTube channels, be it Twitter people, TikTok, whatever, Facebook groups, and you know for a fact they do not know what they are talking about. They are constantly putting out bad information, clickbait or lying, and you continue to watch it just to hear what they have to say. I could never be like some of you, me personally, because the moment I've made the assessment and assertion that you don't know, you keep giving me bad information, I'm off it. I don't need to keep hearing and listening to what you're saying. I don't. Some of you guys want to hear a debate in boxing. You're like, oh, Ego, you should do call-ins. Why? So they can get flamed and waste my time? A call-in doesn't, bro, I don't mind. I know what I'm saying is true. So it's not the fact I don't want to debate. I don't want to waste my time. The call-in, they not paying me. The call-in, you want to hear a debate in this is boxing fans. They want to hear a debate just to hear someone disagree and yell and not make any sense. But what does that really do for me? I'm a businessman. This is a channel, and I got a pop-in channel. What is it? Okay, if I'm telling you factual information that you can take to the bank and look up, somebody calling in, they're not talking about nothing. What does that do? So they're going to be rah, rah, rah. Oh, Crawford got a resume. That's great. And then you know that what they're saying is cap. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys as fans got to do better. Me personally, I would stop listening to a lot of stuff. Actually, I don't even personally listen to any boxing channels or anything for different reasons, but that being one of them. Bad information, don't know what they're talking about. I don't need to listen. Once you've proven to me, it's like respect. Everybody has my respect until they lose it. Like, everybody I meet starts at a neutral place. I mean, I don't like trust you all. Well, I'm not gullible, so I don't just trust you off the bat. I don't just not know you and trust you. But everybody has basically, you're even. You're at zero. You're not at one. You're not at -1. You're just at zero. And then when you do things that earn my respect, then that's when you get to like, oh, this person's a 7, this person's a 10. I can really count on them. Even if they're wrong occasionally. More often than not, you get a solid 9 because you're almost always right. Your accuracy rating is stupid. When you do bogus stuff and like lie to me, then that's where you start getting into the negatives. You see what I'm saying? That's where you start getting the negative. I'm like, man, you can't be trusted. Everything you're saying can't be trusted. Hey, block D1, bro. You a bum. You just said I didn't block you. Now you got your wish. Get him out of here. Block D1. We gonna send you back to a Division 1. Get him out of here, bro. I am tired of seeing you. Man, say you a little late with the news. I'm a little late with the news, but I'm making more money with the news than anybody. All right, whatever. Get him out of here. Oh, silly rabbit. Oh, my God. Hey, Amir, I had to do him like that, bro. Sometimes I just get tired of seeing your name pop up. When I see your name pop up and it ain't talking about nothing, I just don't like seeing it anymore. I don't like your thumbnail. I don't like your haircut. I don't like your username. I don't like the characters. I don't like the way you spell. You have to leave. Bro, it's like, get these dudes out. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys you think it's entertaining, like a bunch of bums coming at the king and saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Your channel is blah, blah, blah. Bro, that's not, I don't know. I don't see I guess when you're making money, you don't see the same value in things that is time wasters. I don't do the time vampire stuff. I don't mess with time vampires. Bro, we all have a finite amount of life to live. I don't do the time wasters. You see, ever since I came in the game, I came in like this. I ain't nobody wasting my time, bro. Unless I let you waste my time to prove a point or something. But it's still gonna be short-lived. You're not getting an hour. I'm not finna have a call in and then somebody arguing with me for 2 hours. For what? I know you don't even know what you're talking about. And in 2 hours, I can make several videos that I monetize that make me money. Why should I have a long drawn out like debate with you? There's a bunch of channels begging to debate the God. Like, bro, you got 20,000 subs or whatever people got. I had that like 10 years ago. People getting like, man, come on, bro. Shout out to Rashid Mohammed. Salute to the boxing god, my man, Rashid, Eagles Army. We in here, we up. So let me keep cooking on Keith Thurman. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. That's all I'm gonna say. Keith Thurman said he ain't never fought no one athletic. So my question is this. I listen to what people say, and then I see if it makes sense to me. So here's this. If Keith Thurman's stance is that Errol Spence has never dealt with an athletic style, fine. But my follow-up question to one-time Thurman would be this. Name a welterweight that Terence Crawford has fought that you feel is athletic. I'm going to say it, and now since Keith Thurman's not here, y'all going to answer the question on behalf of Keith Thurman if you have a valid answer and you can enlighten me. I'm going to ask it one more time. If your argument is Errol has never seen athleticism in an athletic fight and a fighter that has athleticism, who has Crawford fought as a welterweight that was athletic? Okay, everybody is saying Porter. Please stop right there. I am the GOAT, the greatest that has ever lived, and I'll continue to prove it if you listen to me. You guys keep saying Crawford fought Porter, who is athletic. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear or not. So I'm going to run this back. My question to all of you is name a fighter that Terence Crawford fought at welterweight that you feel was athletic if you're going to hold Errol to that standard. You guys are saying Porter. Pump your brakes. Because I distinctly remember Errol Spence fighting Sean Porter when he was a champion before Terence Crawford. So just by way of that talking point makes no sense. It makes no sense. You can't say Errol never fought someone athletic, but then you say Porter's athletic, and Crawford fought Spence leftover Porter, podcast Porter, and you're saying Crawford gets credit for fighting a non-champion athletic Porter, but then he wasn't athletic in 2019 when Errol Spence fought him? Man, come on, bro. Y'all down bad. Y'all down bad to the GOAT. I make boxing look pretty, bro. I promise you. That doesn't even make sense. So, the last fight of his entire career, he was athletic for Crawford only. But then when he was fighting Errol, when he was a champion, and he gave a better fight, and he looked like he had more intensity and more focus, and his dad didn't say, oh, our training camp was horrible and all this other stuff, he wasn't athletic then. So then, again, I listen to what you tell me, and then I cook you with it. I listen to what you tell me, and then I cook you with your own words. That's how great I am. So if you're going to say that Errol never fought anybody like that had athleticism, you can't say that when I ask you who Crawford fought with athleticism, you can't say he fought Porter. He fought a worse version of Porter after Errol Spence. Thus meaning, if you believe, and for the record, I do think Porter is athletic. I do think he's athletic. But the point I'm making is simple. Crawford fought the Porter podcast version of Sean, who is athletic. Errol fought a better version, so you can't say he's never seen athleticism. Then on my Twitter, I asked, it's a direct question. Terence Crawford, name someone he fought at welterweight that was athletic. The only other names you guys list on my Twitter when I asked the same question was Kell Brook. Same conundrum. You guys are 0-2. You are 0-2, and it's not even funny. If you're going to say Crawford fought an athletic Kell Brook, so he was athletic when he was 3 years removed from the welterweight division and hadn't made the weight, for Crawford, he was athletic. But then in 2017, when Errol Spence fought the champion undefeated welterweight version of Kell Brook, he wasn't athletic then? Y'all getting cooked. Y'all getting cooked. So again, talk to me nice. If you're going to make a point, then it needs to apply to both parties, and you got to make it make sense. How is Crawford given credit for fighting athletic Brook and athletic Porter, and Errol fought them before him, and he fought a fresher, better version of both fighters? Damn, I'm good. So I already went over the sparring. I've already went over the pro fights. The only other name that I seen was Amir Khan. Some people said he was athletic. I mean, bro, he was 2 fights removed from getting knocked out from Canelo. He moved up in weight to 155, got colossally crushed, and he moved back down. So I'm not even going to spend no time talking about Amir Khan. Like, is he really athletic? You know what I mean? At that point when Crawford fought him. Beyond that, using that argument, does anybody believe in 2019, 2 fights after Canelo had destroyed Khan's chin and Danny Garcia and Bradis Prescott had been destroying his chin, whoever he was off of inactivity, does anybody believe that version of Khan would have beat Errol Spence? Come on, bro. Y'all 0-3 now. Y'all 0-3. And I ain't even bust a sweat. I promise you I ain't got a bead of sweat on me. I don't know if I don't got the lighting up front, so I don't know if you can see it. Bro, so you can't even use Amir Khan really, because at the time, we don't even know he was getting hurt by Samuel Vargas. So he's so athletic that an okay fighter like Samuel Vargas, who Danny Garcia knocked out and Virgil Ortiz later knocked out, had him badly hurt and that's the guy that's super athletic to you. So again, how is Keith Thurman going? See, y'all not answering the questions. You like if this was a court case, this wouldn't be a Melly mistrial. This would be me. I won the case. So this is not a good talking point. You can't say Errol never fought a athletic fighter at welterweight, but then who's Crawford fought that was athletic? Kell Brook and Porter, two guys that Errol beat before him and beat a better version of him. And here, to further that point, let me put it in perspective. Listen, I made boxing look good. I really came in the game and made boxing look pretty. I'm going to say it like this. If you were a fighter, what version of Porter would you personally rather have fought? The version that Errol fought in 2019 or the version that showed up with Terence Crawford? Like, I'm asking you, like, let's take Errol and Crawford out of here. If you had to see Sean Porter and you were of that weight division and you had to fight one version and you guys weighed the same, what version of Porter would you personally rather have fought? Would you rather fight the version that Bud got or the version that Errol got? Listen, questions I'm asking are very deliberate and very serious and very clear. I am very clear and concise with what I have to say. There's never a question where you have to question or read between the lines. I'm very deliberate. I'm very concise. I speak eloquently. I know the English language. I'm asking you, if you personally weighed the same as Sean Porter and were a fighter, would you rather fight Terence Crawford, the version of Porter he got, or the version that Errol Spence got? And everyone's saying the version Bud got because that's less of a handful. Stop. So no matter what Crawford says and his team and the Bud buddies, we all know that Podcast Porter, he tried, but he wasn't approaching it the same way, bro. I mean, that's like me acting like Jordan with the Wizards is the same as Jordan with the Bulls. You're just an idiot. You see what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's still Michael Jordan. That's a great example. I'm surprised that I'm the first person that ever came up with this. I ain't never heard no one say that. I'm amazing in my assessment, and I make it look. Get my likes up. Y'all gonna get my likes up for this amazing dialogue. That's a perfect example. I'm surprised no one else has ever came up with that. Are we really going to act like 95, 96 Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan is the same Michael Jordan that went off to play baseball and then took time out of the sport of basketball and then came back with the Wizards with a different number? Y'all are stupid. That's the bottom line. That's what reality is. That's the reality of the situation. That is a prime example of Sean Porter. It's the same person, different team, different circumstances, different years, later years. And then Michael Jordan, I mean, you could be like, oh, it's still Jordan though. Yeah, it's still the same person, but don't act like he the same Michael Jordan that was winning the championships and flu game Jordan. Don't do that. I grew up in this era. I grew up in the 90s. So I know that that's not the case. That ain't tongue out Jordan that was on all the poster. Bro, if you look at, listen, if I'm lying, then y'all prove me wrong. But I know you can't. I know that. If you look at, because I remember literally being a child and walking through the mall with my family, and I would see, because we used to have sports stores and like shoe stores and stuff like that. Literally, I would see pictures of Michael Jordan donning the Chicago Bulls 2-3 jersey. The red, everybody knows he made the Chicago Bulls jersey famous, and he's dunking tongue out. You're not going to find as many pictures with the tongue out and these classic iconic shots and hit the jumper on Craig Elo when he had the blue Wizards outfit on. If you look at, if you type in Michael Jordan classic iconic photos, I guarantee you will find a plethora and 10 times more 100 times more important photos of Michael Jordan's career wearing a Bulls jersey versus wearing a the Wizards jersey. That's a fact. So don't just act like, oh, so like, and this is the thing that kills me with Bud that's so hilarious. He's like, what did I do to Porter that you couldn't do to Porter? Bro, you fought a different version of him. Like me as a true competitor, me as competitive as I am, I wouldn't be bragging about like I beat Jordan with the Wizards more than I would be bragging about I whooped on Jordan in 95, 96 when he was with the Chicago Bulls. That's me personally. Because I don't want a worse version of somebody. I want you at your best. I'm still going to beat you. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Bro, I don't know how this Cassidy dude, I could still see that. Remember that fake Cassidy dude? I can still see his comments. Y'all can't see it, but I can see his comments somehow. Bro, you've been blocked. So I don't even know how you're commenting. Bro, these dudes hate what I'm saying, get blocked, somehow hack into the mainframe, and they still watch every stream. I have to be the greatest. If you're doing, like, bro, no one can see your comments. You look like a fake Cassidy, and you somehow hacked into the mainframe. Bro, they pay me to hate. Like, people literally send me super chats to hate, literally hack into, I don't know how he's leaving comments. And he, like, why, like, me personally, I can't speak for no one else. There's no way if I got blocked from a channel that I would come to that channel every time they do a live stream and be leaving comments that no one can read. No one else can see the comments, but I see you, bruh. And it's not distracting. It's just funny that Cassidy came back. Man, what you gonna say if Errol can't smoke Bud like Bud? Y'all, like, this is crazy, bro. Y'all really keep sending Cassidy in my chat. He hacked into the chat. That's crazy. Hey, get my likes up, bro. Man, you will get wet like Ray J in the video for One Wish. What you gonna say if Bud drowned the big fish? Like, bro, get Cassidy get him out of here, bro. I don't know how you keep doing this, but no one cares. So anywho, who is Crawford fought that had athleticism? What did Keith Sweat say? Nobody who can give you what you need. Nobody who can let nobody, baby. And the Bud fans singing on. Bud, gone. Oh yeah. Bro, the Bud buddies. Nobody. Bro, if Errol ain't fought no one athletic, then Bud at welterweight ain't fought no one athletic. Mean Machine? Man, stop, bro. Mean Machine's athletic. Mean Machine got stupid athleticism. Nobody, baby. And the mean green beans. Green beans, string beans. Bro, this man fought Mean Beans, whatever, string bean, Ben Vereen. Like he literally fought Mean Machine. Nobody, baby. And the Bud fighting string bean. String bean, Mean Machine, lean. Bro, he fought Mean Machine, lean bean, string machine, and David Avalanche, avocado, evanescence, adolescence, convalescent. Like, bro, so David Adolescence is super athletic. This is my question to Keith Thurman and all y'all. Shout out to JJ. How's it going, Ego? Good afternoon, everyone. Shout out to JJ. What's up? He said Bud had Mean Machine had Bud jitting. I'm done, bro. He said, bro, but that's what I'm saying. If you have, listen, if you had a real life like point to make, then the point needs to serve for both fighters. Who is Bud fighting that's athletic? Because you have to remove Kell Brook and Porter because Errol fought a better version of them. So who else? Jeff Horn? Jeff Horn's athletic? Honestly, is Jeff Horn insanely athletic? Like you think 20 years from now, people are gonna be like, man, Roy Jones and Jeff Horn, them about some of the most freakishly athletic guys I had ever seen. Show you, right? Bro, in 20 years, who is gonna be talking about in boxing Jeff Horn? Bro, in 20 years, like damn near outside of Errol Spence, nobody that Bud fought will be like discussed. They're not gonna be like, hey, grandkids, boxing ain't the same. When I was a young lad, Jeff Horn was around. Bro, ain't nobody gonna say that. Ain't nobody gonna be like Jeff Horny. Bro, the man is horny. Bro, they're not gonna say Jeff Horny was up in this thing. Stop. They're not gonna say Jeff Horny. Jeff OnlyFans horny. I can assure you that. They're not gonna talk about Orange Julius Ndongo or whoever that is either. They're not gonna be like, oh man, back in my day, we had Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, and what was his name? That's right, Orange Julius Ndongo. We had it in Dongo. Like, bro, ain't nobody finna be like that. We had it in Dongo. Orange Julius Ndongo. Bro, yeah, it slips my mind. We had an African fighter named Orange Julius Ndongo. He was tearing everybody up. Like, who did he tear up, Grandpa? He about killed Troyanovsky. It's all about Troyanovsky. The grandkids gonna be like, who is Troyanovsky? Just like we were saying, who is Troyanovsky? Just come on. Who is Troyanovsky? Like, for real. Yo, Ego, you gotta chill. I ain't never gonna chill. Bro, who is Troyanovsky? I'll chill when y'all tell me who Troyanovsky is. If y'all could tell me what he known for, like, I really miss Roger Mayweather right now. Who he beat? Ain't beat nobody, okay then. Bro, I am the new Roger Mayweather. Like, listen, I am taking over for Roger Mayweather because he the GOAT and he must have gave me him and Kobe must have transferred the Black Mamba to me. I'm the Black Mamba too. We beat him, motherfucker. Ain't beat nobody, okay then. Bro, I'm the new Roger. Because every time, like, people would interview Roger Mayweather, I remember this is a true story. Ellie Seckback interviewed Roger Mayweather back in the day, and then Gennady Golovkin was getting all this praise from HBO, and then Ellie was like, report. He said, hey, Roger, what do you think of Gennady Golovkin? Is he the new Mike Tyson? He said something like that. And Roger said, who? And he said, Gennady Golovkin. I issue not. Roger Mayweather's response to that was, who? You said that Gennady Golovkin. Motherfucker sound like a candy bar. I almost fell out my chair. Bro, Ellie asked Roger Mayweather about Gennady Golovkin, and he said the motherfucker sound like a candy bar. Like, he said his name sounded like a candy bar. I don't know where the interview is. It was on ES News. Bro, he said, who? He said, Gennady Golovkin. He said, it sound like a chocolate bar, a candy bar. Ain't beat no motherfucker, okay then. Bro, I literally almost fell out. I'm on that Roger time. Roger is a GOAT. Shout out to the Mayweathers. Rest in peace to Roger, bro. He said, it sound like a chocolate bar. It sound like a candy bar. Ain't beat nobody, okay then. Bro, who he beat? I'm going to keep saying that to Terence Crawford until he get a signature win. Who he beat? Ain't beat nobody, okay then. Bro, who he beat? Bro, so don't tell me about Troyanovsky. Please don't. I never want to hear that name again. Like, I might start banning people if you ever say Troyanovsky in the chat. Like, no kizzy. I really might block you. Because you know good and goddamn well that nobody is tripping in boxing over no Troyanovsky. Ain't nobody who's like, oh yeah, the dreaded Troyanovsky is coming. Like, ain't no, bro, I know foreign fighters that were like minutes, Ruslan Provodnikov for somebody, Marcos Maidana. We wasn't like, oh, but Troyanovsky is coming. It's all about Troyanovsky. Like, oh, the dreaded Troyanovsky. Like, he's this urban legend of sorts, and we just... Bro, like, he this Wild Wild West legend of boxing. In a saloon down there 20 years ago. Sheriffs tried to stop him, too. He went by the name of Troyanovsky. 20 years ago. Like, bro, ain't nobody was talking no Troyanovsky or Ndongo or Congo or whoever, Mean Machine, Bean Machine, Foreman, Lean Green, Grilling Machine. Nobody was talking about any of these people but Top Rank and Crawford. And now y'all got to pay the price because this is what Crawford is stuck with. String Cheese or whatever his name is. Bro, Crawford fought String Cheese. That is an Eminem reference. 20 years ago, Troyanovsky roamed the region. Bro, ain't no Troyan like he a dinosaur. Like bro, we like he a T-Rex. And we was just all scared of the Troyanovsky. Get the out of my chat, bro. Nobody was tripping off no Troyanovsky, bro. Like, y'all didn't even watch the fight, though. Like, the people that like, oh, he beat Ndongo and then Ndongo was off the Troyanovsky. Y'all didn't even watch it. I actually seen the knockout, but I didn't watch it in real time. I just seen the knockout. It was a good knockout. Bro, Bud fought String Cheese. He fought String Cheese on ESPN and Amir Khan on pay-per-view. Bro, to fight Amir Khan when you did on pay-per-view is like some of them videos that was on BET Uncut, not being on BET Uncut and being on 106 in Park. That is the equivalent. That's an analogy for y'all. I'm going to say it again. For all my throwback BET people, to fight Amir Khan at that space of time when Crawford fought him, whatever year that was, that would be the equivalent of BET taking videos that are on BET Uncut and moving it up to their prime time slot and putting it on Rap City The Basement, which was one of their top, shows, or putting it on like 106 in Park or something. Remember them BET cuts, them uncut joints, and they was like super low budget, super duper low budget. I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. Bro, these were like, if you grew up, it was the end of an era. If you remember BET Cut, all the songs was like cheap and low budget and stank and smell like Badussy. I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties. Bro, Tip Drill was like the most expensive video that ever was on there. All them others, and Nelly's, he's sliding a credit card down some cheeks. Must be, yeah, cause I hate your face. I need a tip drill. I need a tip drill. Bro, that was the most expensive video ever to appear on there. And that's just because it was raunchy, they had to put it on there. Nelly had a little bit of a budget. But them others, bro, it was like BET Uncut is like Tubi before Tubi came out. It's like the Tubi of music videos. Bro, this one dude, he's like, white girls, man, rock my world, white girls. Like, it was niggas just singing about white girls. Bro, I promise, I don't remember how the song go all the way, but I remember he was just singing about white chicks. He's like, white girls. Bro, that's Crawford's entire resume at welterweight. BET Uncut, Tubi. Bro, Errol Spence resume is Netflix. Terence Crawford at welterweight is Tubi. Chris Trucker says, bro, this Ninja Ego got me in the truck rolling, man. He said, mean green string machine. I can't even say it. Mean green string beans, I'm in tears. Because y'all in tears because everything I'm saying is right, bro. Bro, he got the BET uncut of resumes. And if you beat Errol Spence, we'll give you credit. You like an encyclopedia. Bro, I told you, I'm the encyclopedia of boxing. I'm the one y'all need to be worried about. I made boxing look good. I made boxing look pretty. White girl. Bro, his resume is Tubi, and then old media trying to act like Tubi is better than Netflix. This is how stupid boxing fans and the agendas can really be. You really finna act like Tubi is a better source for quality content over Netflix. You really acting like you can't tell the difference between Chris Hemsworth and the Extraction Part 2 and Tubi, like Pete Does Pittsburgh or whatever is on Tubi. Y'all stupid as get off my channel. If you do not like people who are watching Tubi like, oh, I just want to laugh. That's different. If you want to watch Tubi and you're doing it solely to make fun of it, cool. But if you're acting like you truly do not understand the difference between Narcos, Ozark, and Chris Hemsworth in the Extraction 1 and 2, and the quality of those things in these documentaries, as opposed to BET Uncut or Tubi, please unsubscribe from my channel. Don't want you. Don't need you. I never want to see you here. Leave forever. Yeah, you don't understand the difference between Stranger Things and Renee's Hair Shop or whatever is on Tubi. Man, Renee's Hair Shop, bro. None of the actors have names. It'd be like old Vine, celebrities like Lil Terrio and stuff be in the Tubi movies. Like Lil Terrio. Bro, Lil Terrio. Man, come on, bro. It's a movie with Lil Terrio. Y'all remember Lil Terrio? And then the dude that stole the mom car with the joyriding. Yeah, I like to do hood rat things. It's fun to steal cars. Bro, remember the little kid? He had a little green little piece of polo on. He said he liked to steal cars and do hood rat things with his hood rat friends. He doing movies now on Tubi, and y'all acting like you don't understand the difference. Man, I don't care if you like Crawford, it's Tubi. Terence Tubi Crawford. And this ass whooping is to be continued because I got more to say. Listen, slow it down. I just dissed you. I said Terence Tubi Crawford. And this butt whooping is to be continued. That's a bar. To be continued. I told you, when it come to the bars, when it come to the knowledge, I'm that dude. Terence Tubi Crawford. And y'all acting like you don't understand the difference. Man, stop, bro. I'm really not with the shenanigans. Nando tripping, bro. Nando stay tripping. $10 in the Cash App. Nando says Bud's fights is like BET's hits from the street. I remember that too. Nah, I used to like hits from the street though. Bro, y'all acting like y'all don't know the difference between hits from the streets was nice. Tubi Crawford and Errol Netflix Spence. Like, come on, bro. And this ain't even about who wins and all that. This is just about what you've done to this point. Bro, this is the level of stupidity I see in boxing. Like people acting like they don't understand the difference in between quality. Bud is Sharknado, facts. Bro, Bud starting, like, if Bud started Sharknado and then Errol Spence is in a Star Wars movie or something, like, bro, it's a difference. Different budget, different anticipate. You know what I'm saying? Imagine Errol Spence in Transformers or something. And you acting like you don't understand the difference between Sharknado and Transformers. Man, stop, bro. Errol fighting Decepticons and like, yeah, definitely. I definitely transform. Bro, imagine Errol Spence in Transformers. Yeah, I'm about a Decepticon. Yes, definitely. I talked to Optimus Prime and Derek. They told me definitely. They told me I y'all got me tripping. Y'all got me in my bag, bro. Bro, Arrow be good in a little Transformers joint. Yeah, definitely. We definitely go after them Decepticons, definitely. Oh man. I love my job, bro. Y'all make it fun. Oh my God. Bro, Nando gotta chill. Nando sent $5 and he said Dingle Bud acted like BOK was the new HBO. Yeah, add another O. Hobo. It ain't no damn HBO. You hobo. You hobo scratch. Bro, yeah. But the BOK Prime is not the new HBO. You gotta add another O. That's hobo. Because you definitely HBO. Listen, take the O that listen. Never mind. See, y'all got me in my bag. I don't want to have to do this to y'all, but don't do this. Please don't do this to me. Don't make me do this to y'all. I told you I'm a one-man army. Whole world go against me. I'ma still come out on top. I'm like Floyd, bro. Hard work, dedication. I'm entertaining y'all. Get my likes up. I'm entertaining y'all. Get my likes up. I'm gonna keep saying it. Listen, I'm on some Floyd stuff. I'm a one-man army. Whole world go against me. I'm still coming out on top. I'ma still come out on top. Y'all acting like y'all understand the difference between Netflix and Tubi. Trying to but the Bud Buddies really arguing. They're really trying to argue. Come on, man. Porter was much better in his last fight before he retired. Like, listen to what they saying, dog. Listen, shout out, it's just boxing. Yeah, like salute. Dead homies, like salute. I give y'all the heat. Y'all got to give me some heat back. Likes or loot. Shout out to It's Just Boxing gang. My man Nando is out here wilding. Listen, bro, Bud attracts his fan base. He attracts disingenuous people. That's what this is about. Like, y'all some liars, and I'm gonna get to Errol Spence media hype or whatever that part, but it's disingenuous. That's the biggest, like, y'all like liars. Y'all like disingenuous, like, behavior, and then don't want no accountability. Bud literally said, that Errol was ducking. Then he tried to walk it back and say, "Oh, if you think me or Errol's ducking, you stupid." We're stupid, and you put out that narrative, you and your team, that he was ducking you. Who's Chris Vasquez? Yeah, block Chris Vasquez. Bro, get him out of here, bro. You stick out like a sore thumb. Get him out of here. Hey, get rid of Chris Vasquez. Yeah. Bye, Chris Vasquez. Get him out of here, bro. Trash. You trash gas. Listen, get Chris Trashcaz out of here. I'm the best. We got a $5 cash app. Yeah, send me the money. Send me the money. I'm going to build up the channel. I'm about to, listen. I'm about to build up the channel something crazy. Jaziel Ruiz. Bud is a prison shank instead of a machete. LOL. Hey, y'all going in, bro. Bud a good little fighter. Nobody's saying he ain't a good fighter, but you did not get the fights that we wanted to see. Like, honestly, like people, even like Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, you might tell your partners about that. Like, hey, man, this is going to be a big event. Check it out. You're not going to tell your partners about Bud versus his last fight, David Avenue. Like, honestly, if I'm lying, y'all correct me. Listen, you being a good homie, would you tell your partners to waste the time in their day if they were like mid-level, like sports fans, but a little bit of boxing fans? Would you say, hey, Bud about to fight Amnesian. He about to fight some Amnesian. He finna fight the anesthesia Amnesian. You're not gonna even bother to tell nobody. When my people that I know don't watch boxing all the time, I hip them to, man, Deontay Wilder's about to fight, because I know it's gonna be some heat. I know it's gonna be somebody probably get knocked out. I know it's gonna be fun for them. I tell him like, oh, Errol about to fight. Oh, Gervonta Davis about to fight. You know, Canelo about to fight. Somebody like that. If Canelo fighting a good fight, if he fight. Now, if he fighting Rocky Fielding, I'm not going to tell him about it. But if he fighting like Charlo, I'll tell him about that. You know what I mean? I'll tell him about that. I ain't telling people like mid-surface level boxing fans to cut on whatever, the Bud versus David Evanescence. I'm not doing that. Me being a good homie, I ain't doing that. Nando back with a $10. Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. All the money keep coming in, y'all. Nando said Bud fights. Oh, I already read this. He said Bud fights like hits from the street. You played it. You played it with that. I don't know why they sent me 2 emails. Bud Crawford. Oh, wow. Is weird. Shaking my head. Thanks to Errol for being a man of his word. We got this fight. I remember Bud fought Amir Khan. Max Kellerman was even mad. He didn't want to promote himself. I will say I'm not really mad. I don't. Bud has been doing cool with the promotion here, though. I'm not mad at Bud's promotion here. This is the best he's ever promoted, so I ain't tripping. It's literally in 7 days. Can't wait to see Errol smoke on some Bud. I think Bud did a good job here, like promoting. He's like posting and stuff. Oh, but listen, just for the record, since we're putting it out there, Bud blocked me again. Bro, I'm double blocked from Bud. I don't send him anything, but he keep going out of his way to block me on every. So listen, the cat's out the bag. Bud blocked me. Like, I've been blocked on his Instagram. I don't tag him. I don't like DM him. I don't reach out, but he went out his way a little while ago to block me on Instagram. And then yesterday, I noticed he finally, I guess, blocked me on Twitter. Bro, are we that thin-skinned where somebody is expressing their opinion, even though it might be different than yours, and then you block them? Like, what? I mean, it's not going to change the opinion. Why'd you block me, bro? But then listen, this is what I'm telling you, bro. Bro, study why I would be mad on some Pac stuff. Study why I would be mad. Shout out to Business Brain. Study. Mike Coppinger, Bud's energy for white folk is different. I promise you, this is not a test. I'm telling you as like plain as can be. Bud's energy, I don't know if it's something in the Omaha water. Bud's energy for white folk is different than niggas. I promise you. Whenever a black fighter says anything to Bud, he terrorizes him. Gary Russell, I'm gonna break your neck. Errol Spence, you ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna crush you, knock you out. La 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 la. Jermell Charlo, you a cheerleader. You a HOE. Boxing ego. Your mama should have swallowed you, and blah blah blah. And I ain't even the fighter. I'm not even the fighter, bruh. But whatever. You said all this stuff. Bob Arum be terrorizing you in the media, saying I lost all this money with Bud. He do not say nothing. His whole team don't say nothing. They be like, oh, that's just Bob. They be copping pleas for Bob Arum. So when it's a Jewish man that is saying derogatory things, you just accept it. Oh, that's just Bob being Bob. Man, who care what Bob say? You know, that's just Bob. Oh, Bob. Why can't it be ego then? Why are you blocking me though? Bro, how come it's Bob is just Bob and Bob just saying Bob things, but it ain't ego just being ego and ego going ego and say ego things? Y'all explain it to me. Y'all explain why I keep getting blocked. Here's another example of Bud's energy change when it's them white folk. Lesson 2. Mike Coppinger, I can pull up his tweets where he has criticized Bud's resume because it's not that great. It lacks depth. He broke the news in the story with Mike Coppinger that he was fighting David Avocado. Why Mike Coppinger he criticized your resume and you break a story and give him an exclusive interview. You don't give Boxing Ego an exclusive interview. You just block me. because we disagree or whatever. Man, come on, bro. I don't know what they doing out in Omaha. You the illest dude in Omaha. I don't know what that's about, bro. How can Mike Coppinger publicly do everything that I've said in terms of like saying, hey, your resume is lacking some depth, but then I get blocked and I get insulted on Twitter, but you went and ran to him when you was fighting David Avanesian? Explain to me. Explain, y'all. Somebody got to make it. Somebody, like Tupac said, somebody got to explain why I ain't got. Explain why I keep getting double blocked and blocked on Twitters and blocked on the gram. Mike Coppinger, same thing. And I'm not throwing him under the bus because it is what it is. I don't really care, but it's all public information. This ain't snitching when it's on Twitter. I didn't tell you like, oh, so-and-so selling drugs and no one knew about it. This is what he said on Twitter. You can do the research. So it's never snitching if it's public domain. So explain, I don't know what they doing in Omaha, but explain why when it's Nookas, Bud got the most ruthless energy for any Errol, Gary, Ego, whoever. But you never approached Bob Arum like this, ever. You never disrespected Bob, and he was disrespecting your career. Bob's telling you you lose money. I report that you lose money per Bob, and then you mad at me. I get blocked. Why you still go to Top Rank fights, bruh? Listen, let's really be real. Why does Crawford still attend Top Rank fights? You sued him. You said that Top Rank was, racially biased. Why you go to their fights still to this day? Bro, maybe it's a Cali thing. Maybe it's a Bay Area thing. Yee, I don't know. If you wrong me, I am not supporting you. If you want the worst from me, I am not supporting. I'm not going to none of your events. I don't care if Shakur and Keyshawn and all that is over there. If you racist, why do I want to be at your facility in the Top Rank gym? I'm not going. Me and Shakur can meet at a different gym. Me and Keyshawn can meet at a different event. I am not going. That's me, to each his own. I am not going to do any of that. If I feel you are racist, like Donald Sterling with the Clippers, if I know about it, I'm not saying you closeted racist, you're a closet racist, I don't know about it. If I know about it, I don't want to be around your energy. I don't want your negativity. I know you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. That's me. I don't go to spots where you know what I'm saying, like people plotting on you and stuff. Like, why would I do that? Just to show that I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say some friends, you kick it with friends and they just make fun of you. Why you want to be there? You want to go where everyone hates you and all? Like, nah, bro. So you sued them, said they was racist and like racially held you back and all this other stuff, but then you go to all their events. And it's not even just Keyshawn and Shakur, which is your homies, or TBC Promotions or whatever, possibly, or same trainer with Bomac with Keyshawn. I seen him at like a Lomachenko fights and stuff. He be at the Top Rank fights. They had the old girl from Top Rank, Michaela Mayer, was at his media day. Bro, you still in the Top Rank mode. Why I get blocked? That's all I'm asking. But you ain't blocking. Keep it even, Steven. Block everybody that says something about you. Why is it just ego? Dale McCree. I've been saying this for years. I am glad you call it out. Nobody else will. This is the reason I believe the real reason he didn't go to PBC is Al is the man over there. He has a self-hate thing. Dale McCree. I call it how I see, bro. I get blocked. Everybody else get roasted and insulted. But then when Bob Arum say this about you, Mike Coppinger say this about you, you do not act the same way. Like, why you ain't never tweeted some heinous stuff at Mike Coppinger, but you do it to me and Fanon? That's a real question. Bro, that's a true to life question. Why is it just us? Like me, I would respect it more if anybody that did the same thing, like if there's 10 people and they all doing the same thing and you just kept the energy all the way, then I'll be like, all right, bet. He just don't like X, Y, and Z. But why I get it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it just me? I ain't never been about that. Roger, we got another $10 Cash App. This is from Roger Gathers again. He says, tell Bud, make sure he got that eye patch on deck. Wow. Y'all crazy. Bro, I want to see Terence Crawford, the energy he has for me and blocking me and I suck and YouTubers don't know ish and all that. Bob Arum said disparaging things. Why not spread the love? If everybody's against you and you have a chip on your shoulder, why are you only pick and choose who you lash out against? Ego never hated on Bud's skill. Check the game tapes. He only talked about his bad business decision. Facts. There's been that. I mean, put it this way. Why did I probably cover more Bud fights than I covered Errol Spence fights, if we're really being honest. And all of my trips are financed by me. Why would I go to Omaha several times if I hated the dude? See, listen, you guys got to study. See, some of y'all are too dumb and you guys get caught up in the rapture. Anita Baker. I've been to more Bud fights than I've been to Spence fights. So if I was Spence lover and all this, and I hated Bud and all this goofy stuff y'all be talking about, why did I spend my own money? No one pays for me. I don't work. I have never worked for a company in boxing. Never. I never got credentials from anybody but Boxing Ego. Me. Me, mom. So that being said, I finance everything. Every video, like this mic, I just bought this mic. Me. Camera. Me. Editing software. Me. Like, no, I ain't jump off nobody's back. Nobody gave me credentials. Nobody built my channel except for the fans, I guess you could say, you know, because the fans supported me into this position. So I'm self-made. I'm the American dream. I really came out the mud and made this a thing, right? And a pioneer in the game. So why would I spend my own hard-earned money going to several Bud fights if I really didn't like him or hated how he fought or whatever? And true, if we're really being real, I knew some of the Bud fights that I covered, John Molina and Ndongo. I was doing it I spent my own money just to support Bud, bro. I didn't give them guys no chance. I was doing it just to use my platform to help Bud and spread, you know what I mean? Like, to show love. But it wasn't because I thought just like I went to Errol Ocampo. I didn't really expect much from Ocampo. I just gave y'all coverage and went to support because, you know, I like the movement Errol created as well. So I don't have a problem with none of these dudes. If they got a problem with me, that's on them. But I don't got a problem with none of these dudes. But at the same time, spread the love. If you got beef with me or you criticize me or say I don't know ish or this and that, you want to lash out, why don't you lash out at Bob Arum? Because he's hampered your career in ways that I know I haven't. The only thing I've done is assess your career. He had like actual veto power and power to steer your career. I never steered Bud's career in no way, shape, or form. So my opinions is just that. Is my opinions on what's transpired. But I never was like in charge of Bud's career. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Tao. I agree. He said, Bud Crawford is way too accustomed to people hyping him up and can't take criticism even when it's constructive. Now, I seen something, and I didn't even know if I was going to bring it up, but I see everything. So I'm going to bring it up because I think it actually applies. Bud's mama, right? Mama Crawford, she did like one of those behind the scene, like all access, 24/7, blood, sweat, and tear, whatever. And she said some things that really struck a chord with me. She said that she never told Bud Crawford that she loved him as a kid. I don't know why she said it. I mean, it's probably the truth. I don't know. But she said that, and that stood out to me. And then she also said something like, I think it was something like she told Bud he wasn't going to make it as a boxer, and his dad said he would make it as a boxer. Something to this effect. I think this mentality has gotten Bud to where he's at because you didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't hear those types of things. That's why you need Bernie and other people yelling in your ear, telling you all these praises. And that's why you mad at a muff like me, because I'm keeping it 100 and dropping gems on decisions you've made, and you don't want to hear that. It's possibly from your childhood. And I'm not like a psychologist or anything like that, but I have taken psychology in class, and a lot of how people act in the future as an adult stems from a bad breakup that you never got over, or childhood trauma, and blah, blah, blah. So it all kind of makes sense. If Bud's mama wasn't like overly affectionate or said he wouldn't make it and all this stuff she was saying, she never told him she loved him. This might be why he need people screaming nothing but praises. But Errol Spence has a 2-family home, right? I'm just being real. We just talking about family matters. You know, I must be Urkel. Because we talking about these family matters. Errol Spence has a 2-parent home, and he don't seem to need people, Derek James, praising him 24/7. He literally said on All Access that, yeah, that's why I like Derek. He said, Derek, he'll tell me if I look like he'll tell me about myself, and that's what I need. He said, that's how you keep going like this instead of, you know, crashing, because you got people to keep it real with you. Right? So for me, you already know that resonates with me, because I don't want a bunch of yes men. So I respected when Errol said that. Errol Spence also said at the media day that his dad take him to the gym to this day. Wilder voice. He said, yeah, my daddy always picked me up. He said, we go to the gym. He been taking me since I was a little kid. He the one that told me to sign the L. This is what Errol is saying. So maybe there's a thing, because I don't know, and I don't really care, but I think Bud's, his dad's in his camp now, but I don't know if that relationship was always there. I don't know if it was like an estranged, I think it was like I don't think he grew up with 2-parent home, put it that way. I think his relationship with his dad was a little bit estranged or something like that early on, but now that he, you know, famous or whatever, they rekindled or reconnected or whatever. Could be wrong on that, don't think I am, but anyway, Errol Spence don't act. The bottom line is Errol Spence don't act like this, bro. Errol Spence don't, like, his mom sounds instrumental in who Errol Spence is. And his dad obviously showed him love, got him into boxing, told him to go with Al, told him to take him to the gym and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like Errol Spence, I mean, he got his whole family tatted on him and stuff. It sounds like Errol Spence has a great upbringing. I don't know, you know, his whole family history and good times and bad times and stuff, but I'm saying from the outside looking in, it looks like he had a stable and a very nice upbringing, and people who really truly wanted to see him thrive and not go the way of like the streets or gangs and smoking weed and drugs and all that. Smoking bum bud. y'all be wildin'. Errol, okay, the Real Marlo TV says, salute, Errol made his own way. I mean, that's facts. That's what, you know what, Derek James said it beautifully. He said that Bud was made, Errol was developed, something to that effect. That's what Derek James said. Bro, all right, Real Marlo got me back on track, but I had to do that little rant. Y'all see, I give y'all a little bit of everything. Sometimes y'all got to get the ego rant. But Real Marlo, he got me back on track with the title of this video. So let's talk about it. Is Errol Spence a media creation? Before I really go off on this stupidity from Team Crawford, I'm a clip, like I always do, roll the clip so you guys can hear the stupidity before I dissect the stupidity. Deal? Smash the like button. Roll the clip.
Out of all the fights, I know you've watched Spence, what was the one fight of his victories that this is going to be the fight Crawford's going to really have to deal with? Which fight?
I'm going to say no fights, because the media put him there. They made Spence who Spence is today. PBC put him there. Showtime put him there. He got a lot of good fights, but there's not one fight that Stamp says to me, oh, that's a great fighter. He's accomplished a lot, but I haven't seen one performance out of him to say, that's a great fighter, we need to kick his ass. Everybody else put him in a position to where he got to, and that label that he got put on him Y'all did that. Part of the media, right?
I am part of the media.
Okay, all right then. Y'all put him there. Y'all put him
Take it for you guys
to get this ass whooping.
Bro, what the are you talking about, dog? The media made Errol Spence? I don't even know where to begin. See, y'all got to get me some better work. Y'all give me this weak work, and it's like, I don't even know where to start dissecting y'all and chopping y'all into pieces. I really don't. Because y'all make it too easy. Bro, Errol Spence said that Bo Mac, he said Cheeto Man or something. He called him Cheeto Man. He said he always been hating on me. Big Cheeto been hating on me. And it's true. Because how you going to say no fight? Bro, you literally said no Errol Spence fight put him on the map or made you respect his gangster as like a formidable opponent. That's basically what you're saying. Bro, that's cap. I'm going to tell you how I know it's cap. I know it's cap. Because this is what he was saying about Ugas before he was a champion. Listen.
It's another young cat, man, that's he's kind of like a solid killer. His name is Ugas.
Yeah, I know.
His name is Ugas. He's the number one for the IBF with the Spence belt, and a lot of fighters don't talk about him, man, because Ugas is real dangerous. You know, he's lost twice, but you know he got a new team now. They out in Vegas and shit, man, and this cat is on the roll. And actually, that cat beat Terence in the amateurs at the Pan Am Games.
Yeah.
And so that dude is on our radar. You might as well get him out the way. But when it you gets knocked out the way, hey, we might as well go on and lock it on in with Spence after that.
Wow.
And that should be like towards the end of the year, around this time next year.
So he says we need to knock Ugas out, but he like a solid killer. And then after we do that, later this year, fight Spence. This was several years ago, and you didn't even follow that plan. You didn't fight Spence. You fighting Spence like 3-4 years later. You fighting him like 3-4 years later. I'm gonna get to the money, and then I'm gonna get to you dummies. I'm gonna say it again. Let me get to this money, and then I'm gonna get to you dummies. Dale McCree, the money keep coming in. In my opinion, this is where Bud draws his so-called killer instinct from his childhood trauma. It's very obvious everyone around him is there to boost his confidence. He is having a hard time drawing this hate for Spence, so Bernie is hyping him up. See? There might be a connection there. This dude is hilarious. Ruben sent $270 in the Cash App, and he says, Bud Crawford fought. You gotta pay attention. Ruben says Bud Crawford fought green beans, Kale Brook, but he spelled it like kale, like spinach, greens, the kale, Kale. And then he said he fought Jeff Corn and avocado. Bro, that is a bar. He broke down Bud's welterweight resume with all vegetables, bro. I ain't never heard of that. I told you. I have the best community in boxing. We are the best. That's a bar. That is hilarious. He says Crawford fought green beans, Kale Brook, like the spinach kale, Jeff Corn, and David Avocado. Damn. That is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. That man said Kale Brook. I'm going to spell it in the chat so y'all see. He said Kale Brook, Jeff Corn, David Avocado, and Green Bean Machine. So y'all can look in the chat. I just typed it out for y'all. That is hilarious, bro. Bud eating his veggies. Bud is vegan. You got a vegan ass resume. Okay. Bro, Bud got a vegetarian rabbit diet of welterweights. Amazing. And based on the diversity of who Errol Spence has fought, I know you guys can't come up with nothing that clever for Errol Spence's resume. You couldn't be like, your Dennis Uga peas. Like, you can't. I know you won't be able to do that. Danny Garcia Green. Like, it'll just sound stupid, bro. That was funny. Okay. Back to this Bomac stuff. In addition to the man training in socks in a boxing gym, that was just weird. He said Errol Spence is a media creation. But I just played the tape where he said Ugas is a straight killer years ago. This was before the Sean Porter fight for Ugas, which I think Ugas should have won. And this was before he beat up Manny Pacquiao and had Pacquiao eating applesauce. So my question to you is, how are you now going to say no Errol Spence fight has impressed you when Errol Spence, A, fought all of the guys that you couldn't fight and some of which you said you wanted to fight, like Ugas? Listen, y'all gonna have to prove me wrong, and I know you can't do it. Errol fought guys that Crawford at some point said he wanted to fight, like Danny Garcia. There was Twitter talk from Crawford, and he alleges that Danny ducked him, and Danny was sent some kind of $3 million offer, and then Danny was like, I ain't ducked Crawford. I got $3 million to fight. He said, I made over that to fight Rod Salka. They never even hit Al Heyman up. They hit my daddy up. So Errol Spence clearly beat Danny Garcia, which is a guy that Crawford only talked about wanting to fight. Errol Spence did it. I just played the clip where he said Ugas is a killer and a lot of guys aren't calling him out. This was before he was even a champion. So if you had this level of respect for Ugas, who beat Crawford in the AMs, in the Pan Am games, then how did you not have even more respect for Ugas that fought Spence when he was coming off a Pacquiao dominant win? Loyal to the game boxing. Bomac also says Errol Spence hasn't improved since the amateurs. That's how I know Bud will be by himself if he get in trouble, because that's hashtag clueless. Ugas and Ray Robinson beat Budrick in the amateurs. Facts. So my thing is this. You guys can say whatever you want about me. I am not a liar, and I'm not disingenuous. People keep saying, like the Bud Buddies, they say, oh, you hate Crawford. Again, I'm going to say it again. If I hated Crawford, I would do what his team does and lie. I would just make up stuff about Crawford. That's typically what you do. I'm analyzing Crawford's actual resume, no make-believe, so that's not hating. That's not hating because we're analyzing what you actually did. Meanwhile, I don't feel like his team is being realistic with Errol Spence. They're calling him a media creation. How? Explain that. How is Errol? Listen, somebody justify Bomac's comments since Bomac isn't here. How is he a media creation? I'm media. I get credentials anytime I apply for them. So I'm media. How did I create Errol Spence? How did I didn't even know who he was when he was in the Olympics. So how did I send him to the Olympics? How did ES News send Errol to the Olympics? So Ellie sent reporting. So Ellie reporting sent what's the name? Errol to the Olympics. We did that. So if it weren't for reporting Errol, Ellie, and Ego, then Errol would have never made the Olympic team? Is that what you're telling me? Because it sounds pretty stupid. No cap. It sounds really stupid. That's like saying I sent Shakur to the Olympic. I didn't send him to the Olympic. His talent sent him. He's a great fighter. He went to the Olympic. I didn't have nothing to do with that. I'm not his coach, his grandfather. I'm not his trainer. I'm not from Newark. How did I send him to the Olympics? So break down what he said. See, you got to wipe that Cheeto dust off his fingers and like say some stuff that makes sense. What name one thing that I did to create? Like Errol's not my son, so I didn't give birth to Errol, so I didn't create anything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Prometheus. Like, I didn't create him. I'm not his father. I didn't send him to the Olympics. I didn't give Floyd a black eye and make these sparring legends up about Errol Spence. So it sounds like pure hate and jealousy. No one in media, me, Ellie, none of us made Errol Spence, when he was 8-0, give Floyd a tough sparring session and give him a black eye, or the sparring stories that were coming out that he stopped Adrian Broner in sparring or made Broner cry or overwhelmed Broner. We didn't. How did we do that? We didn't make these rumors up. So it's like, it don't even make sense. This man said Bo mac and cheese. I'm done. If you look up the term creator or creation, if you're the creator, then that means like you created like you're an innovator, you invented or came up with the concept. I didn't come up with the concept of Errol Spence. I didn't make these sparring stories. Like, Errol was cracking just off the sparring stories, if we're being real. The Floyd stuff and the Broner and Lamont Peterson, like, he was already an urban legend. We didn't do that. Bo McIntyre, I'm done, bro. Team Bud didn't do the work Errol did to build up the brand. I mean, y'all are destroying with all facts. Tao, Real, Marlo, everybody killing with facts. And you notice the people that, like, whatever, people are going to say, oh, you're siding with Errol. The people siding with Errol are tending to make a lot more sense from what I've seen. You can't call Errol Spence a media. Like, here's another thing with the media creation. This man has 3 belts that he beat 3 valid champions at the class to become a champion. How did the media do that? How did the media put 3 separate belts with different sanctioning fees and different, colors and all these types of things? How do we put 3 belts in this man's hat, in this man's hand? Ego, bro, everything Bo Fat, man, come on, bro. Bo Fat said was Terence is building up fighter through media like Kellerman. Wow, y'all violating. I mean, if you guys have a better, unless it's hate or jealousy, you have a better solution. Tell me how. I made Errol Spence go to Sheffield, England, where Kell Brook is from, and stop him in front of 30,000 of his fans. The media did that. Ego's imitation game on Diamond. Man, you already know what it is. We made Errol Spence come through and drop Sean Porter in a classic fight and then pull away. We made him turn Ugas into a Cyclops because we wrote about it. Like, it sounds stupid, bro. It sounds stupid, bro. And what I keep telling you, like, y'all don't want to hold Crawford's team accountable. This is like, at this point, it's not even about who wins. It's about accountability. You guys are cowards that don't want to hold boxers accountable for some strange reason. That's cowardly to me. You're a coward. You're a boxing fan coward if people can lie in your face and you just accept it, and channels can lie in your face and you keep watching. To me, you're a coward. You're a coward because why would you entertain that? Like, for example, there's YouTube channels or Facebook groups or Instagram, wherever people get content, and they put out lies. Like, some of y'all in the comment section just said, oh, Terence or whatever. You said Tank Davis is fighting Chris Colbert. Then the Rise Podcast, shout out to my brothers at Rise Podcast, they just interviewed Coach Kenny, and he said, that's cap. We ain't fighting Colbert. He said, if it don't come from PBC, like, I'll play it for you. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Like, bro, boxing is like, it's like when you try to take a car to the dealership and your car ain't worth so your car is upside down. Boxing is upside down. Y'all accept stupid stuff. Listen,
Fake news.
Listen, fake
There
news.
you have it.
Yeah, I meant to say something about that too, because they've been inboxing me going crazy and all that, man.
If PBC ain't posting that shit, don't pay no mind.
Yeah, but Ness from the Boxing Voice read out a text allegedly from Coach Kenny confirming Colbert might be next.
That's a goddamn lie. Wow.
He just said it's a goddamn lie, Gervonta Davis Colbert. See, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, like I don't try to go out of my way to break the news before the fighter and stuff like that, because if you're wrong, it kind of look crazy. You know what I'm saying? It look crazy if you're not on point with it. But y'all said Tank was fighting Abner Mares. You see what I'm saying? Literally, people said Gervonta was fighting Abner Mares, and then he didn't fight Abner Mares. So same thing with Bud's team. Bud's team's literally telling you stuff that doesn't add up. And because you like Bud, that boy Bud, you just accept it. I don't understand that. I as a man, I don't understand how someone can pee on your leg and tell you it's raining and you just accept that. That's just me though. Hey, we got to get the likes up. If you're a man and you're willing to let someone urinate on your leg, pee on your leg, and then just say, "Oh man, it's just rain, a little bit of drizzle," and fake you out into believing that it's literally raining and you're watching them pee on your leg, I mean, God bless you, but it couldn't be me. I can't allow someone to feed me like noted BS and then just not have an opinion of my own on the matter. Can we get the likes up, please? You're literally listening to Bomac say Errol Spence is a media creation. A guy with 3 belts that earned it from champions. They're like who earned 3 belts, 3 separate occasions, not 3 belts at once because you fought one dude. 3 solid like people who are champions and respected top 5 people in the division when he fought them, and he picked up all those belts individually. Not in one fell swoop, because that's different. Because if somebody got 3 belts, you just beat, like George Kambosos. He just beat Teofimo and had 3 belts. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's like you just beat one person. But if George Kambosos beat Teofimo and then beat Tank and then beat Pitbull Cruz and they all had belts, then that's something different. Errol literally beat 3 different people for belts that were all respected top 5 champions, in addition to Mikey Garcias and Danny Garcias and Mandatory Ocampo, who went 12 rounds with 6'6" Sebastian Fundora later on at a higher weight class, and Errol stopped him in 1 round. Just listen to what I'm saying. How does Ocampo get destroyed by Errol in 1 round, and then Sebastian Fundora at a higher weight class goes 12 rounds with him, and he's an offensive fighter? There's no justification for the statement. It is just jealousy coming from Crawford and his team. Errol is like Thanos in these boxing streets. That's what I'm saying. And then people finding a way to try to I feel like as a real man, you shouldn't have to discredit somebody else who's winning. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that somebody else is good, or like you could be a millionaire, but then let's say because you're a millionaire, you try to say that like Vin Diesel's broke because you don't like him. I mean, you're just a liar at that point, right? So you're gonna call the man broke because you're a fellow millionaire and he's not really broke? That's just like hate. I mean, flat out is hate. There's nothing wrong with giving somebody credit where credit is due. Nothing at all. The other issue is this. With the Errol's of media creation people. Yeah, what if Jay-Z was like Eminem's broke? Like, it don't matter if you like his music or not. If it's 2001 And Jay-Z's like, oh, Eminem broke. He a broke bastard. Like, you'd be like, what? Come on, bro. You can't call the man broke. You know he ain't broke. Like, come on, bro. But anyway, saying Errol's a media creation. Let's keep going. The other part that makes this extremely disingenuous from Team Crawford is this. Let's say you truly think Errol Spence is a media creation. How come Team Crawford has these radical viewpoints for things that don't make sense to the mass populace of boxing, but then they don't have such a harsh viewpoint for people that we know aren't good as the people that they're heavily criticizing? Let me explain. Errol Spence is a media creation. This is what you are telling me. So you have these harsh, like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I just went over that. Doesn't make sense at all, but this is what you're telling me. But then you're trying to, in the same breath, tell me that Jeff Horn was a feared welterweight and a great welterweight. So let me get this straight. The nigga with 3 belts that beat 3 separate champions is a media creation, but the white boy from Australia that was a school teacher that really didn't beat Pacquiao, and then they robbed him because he fought him in Australia, and he never went on to do anything really before or after the Terence Crawford fight, and he's already retired now. That's not a media creation. It sounds stupid. The guy that beat 3 champions when they all had belts, on top of the Mikey Garcias and Danny Garcias, you're trying to convince a smart person, me, an intelligent guy, me, you're trying to convince me that he sucks and he's overrated and the media just built him up. But Jeff Horn was all that. He was a fear welterweight that everyone was afraid of. Bro, when he became a champion, seeing how he didn't really beat Pacquiao, everybody was chomping their bits to fight him because a shark smells blood in the water. Anytime there's a weak champion in the division, everybody wants to fight him. Anytime boxers have suspect performance, people now want to fight them. Everybody's confidence grows. You literally have a disingenuous Crawford team that will do everything in their power to convince you that Mean Machine is really good, to convince you that Ricky Burns, Ricky Bobby, or whoever these guys are, String Beans and Jeff Horn, are the best that he could have faced. But then Errol Spence, the guy that media created, is trash. Man, come on, bro. It sounds like hating, bro. It doesn't sound, it is hating. There's no way. There ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you can make that stuff make sense. You gonna say all these people is like super Garbo. I mean, you gonna say Errol's super Garbo. But then you don't got no issue with Jeff Horn. He a real respect. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. You can't make Jeff, there's nothing you can say to me that makes Jeff Horn a killer in my mind. Nothing. Because I watched it all unfold. Literally nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can say to me that is going to make me believe that Jeff Horn is the most, was really a welterweight that I needed to even watch. Nothing you can do. Literally, I'm not even being funny. There's literally nothing you can do. Hey, get the likes up. You fought Jeff Horny, and you're trying to make it like this is bro, Bud was on Kate Abdo. He was on her show, Kate Abdo, and he's like, man, I got signature wins. And he said it proudly. And then Kate Abdo was even looking like, signature win? Okay, which ones are they? Ricky Bobby, Jeff Horny, But what about Mean Machine Gamboa? She said signature wins, dog. The fact that you followed up the signature win question with all these like clearly fraudulent names that aren't signature wins is beyond laughable, bro. It is just this. Shout out to Dale McCree. Funny choice of words. Bomac is using seeing that he is really talking about Bud only title fight. Horn is the real hype job and he knows it. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like little kid game. Like you fart and then the kids say, "Ew, ego farted," and I'm like, "You farted," and it like you smelt it, you dealt it, bro. That's Bud Crawford's team. I'm gonna use a poot. I'm the new Putin. I'm gonna use a poot. I'm gonna use a fart analogy from grade school to tell you how Team Crawford operates. I'm gonna use a fart because I'm great enough to do it. In the 3rd grade, somebody said, let's say a guy named Chris is like, "Ill, illy, pu, ego farted," and then I point the finger and say, "You farted. You smelt it, you dealt it." That's Bud Crawford's team. Everything people are saying about Crawford, they just point the finger back and say, "Oh, that's Errol." Everyone else with a brain bigger than the size of a sunflower seed is saying Errol did the heavy lifting. But they like, he didn't do the heavy lifting. It's a Jedi mind trick. He ain't do no lifting. Bud did all the work. All right, bro. So who's really the media creation? The person who was on ESPN and got nominated for an ESPY? Or the person like Errol who don't even get recognition from mainstream old media? They never had him number 1 pound for pound. And he got a better resume. Explain that, bro. Explain how old media never put Errol Spence number 1 pound for pound. They always had him behind Crawford, Inoue, and Canelo and stuff like that, and Bivol and everybody, Usyk, everybody else was in front of Errol. How is he a media creation? The media don't even F with him like that. They never put Errol number 1. So Errol got a better resume than Crawford and has never been number 1 on ESPN's pound for pound list. So who is the media creation? Is it the guy that actually hasn't really fought the depth, that does get an ESPY, that does get put on the number 1 pound for pound list? Come on, bro. Y'all know the answers to this. Yeah, y'all gotta listen to this.
My stomach.
He said my stomach. Why he say his stomach hurt? His stomach hurt from eating them green beans. Bro, you ate Jeff Corn. That's why your stomach hurt, cuz. Listen, he said, man, bro, Crawford type kind of like a little bit weird a little bit. He literally got on Instagram Live and said, "Oh, my stomach hurts." That is hilarious to me. I don't know why. Bro, the man said his stomach hurt.
Oh, yeah. My stomach.
My stomach hurt.
Wendorski.
Man, who the hell is that?
Okay, we live, y'all. I'm bored in Colorado Springs. I don't have nothing to do but go back and forth with you and my peoples. What's up, Julie? Yeah? I just want to talk boxing a little bit with everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody always coming at me, coming at my throat. They say, I ain't fought nobody at the 147-pound division. Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean? Because everybody, the top welterweights in the divisions, you know what I mean, when they say they is.
What?
Who y'all got this weekend, Danny or Errol?
Hey, what, bud?
My take, it's going to be a good fight. You know, you got two talented
Listen, y'all.
fighters fighting each other. But let's all be real for one moment.
Listen to what he says.
And everybody talking about they always, you know.
He said, let's be real. So that's all I want y'all to do is be real. Listen to Crawford and be real.
They real and they know boxing. Well, let's be real. If you know boxing, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight in the division? Can somebody tell me that?
Okay. Listen. This is too easy, bro. He just said, let's be real. Y'all put your thinking caps on. We gotta be real. And then I'm listening. Okay, so I'm ready to be real. And the first thing he said was trying to hate on Danny Garcia. And he says, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight? This was the days before Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia. So now you can kind of understand why he's hating. Because Errol was about to fight Danny, a guy that he said he wanted to fight, but then now he's trying to discredit Danny Garcia by saying, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight? You guys got to peep the play.
You know, from the people.
Listen.
You know, I just want to see what people will allude to. Can anybody tell me why Danny Garcia is the top welterweight in the division? Nobody yet? Okay. I ain't mad at Danny. Danny my boy, man. I'm cool with Danny. I came up with Danny.
Danny, my boy. I'm cool with Danny. I came up with Danny, but I'm hating on Danny. All right.
I'm just speaking facts now.
He said he's speaking
You know what I
facts.
mean?
Listen.
I'm speaking facts. Because everybody, you know, always slamming my record, coming at my throat.
So that's what this boils down to. You're mad that everyone's slamming your record, coming for your throat, so you're trying to tear down the next man. Period.
Saying this and that, so I got to give it back sometimes, you know what I mean?
Bro, you're not in a position to give it back because the PBC fighters fought better welterweights. Like, see, this is Bud's and his team's number one problem. They like, I got to give it back, and you want to fight fire with fire. Like, you do that in your fights, but when it comes to this outside of the ring argument, you don't have the firepower in terms of a resume to go back and forth with people.
Let's be real. Danny ain't beat nobody in the welterweight division.
Okay, Danny Garcia ain't beat nobody in the welterweight division. Who did David Avanesian beat? Jeff Horn, who did he beat? Pacquiao. But again, he beat Pacquiao, and the world knows he didn't really beat Pacquiao. So again, like, I'm not, as a real boxing head, I'm not gonna just, because BoxRec and his record shows that he beat Pacquiao, but I watched the fight and I seen a robbery, which does occur in boxing. I'm not gonna give Jeff Horn credit for that like that. So if you're going to say Danny ain't ish, Danny who's he beat, and blah, 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 then how are you giving credit to Julius Ndongo? Like, who did he beat for real? Troyanovsky? That's how you became undisputed. He beat Ricky Burns and Troyanovsky. So Danny Garcia doesn't have a better resume than Troyanovsky and Ricky Burns?
He beat Paulie, Robert Guerrero, and everybody beat them, if you ask me. So if Errol beats Danny, I'm saying it's gonna be a walk in the park.
Bro, this is the most like passive aggressive fighter in boxing today. He just downed Danny Garcia and said basically his resume is trash. Everybody can beat the guys he's beating. He ain't beat no one for real. But then he just followed up with saying if Errol Spence can beat Danny Garcia. So why would you have any faith in Danny Garcia if you're claiming he didn't have any good wins at welterweight?
Danny can fight his ass off. That's why I consider him one of the top welterweights in the division. Not taking away his 2 close decision losses that he had. You know, I got him, you know, up there, but at the same time.
Hey, block Gary Lynch Jr. I'm glad you got that off your chest. Block him. Block Gary Lynch Jr. and confirm the kill. Like I said, no Bud buddy is proving me wrong. So as soon as Gary Lynch is removed, boom, shout out to 76 Mark, then we keep going. Again, as long as the Bud buddies continue down the path that they're on, then we winning because they're not proving me wrong, and that's all that matters.
If we going by what the media.
Block DM. Ego is deriding Errol way too hard. As long as the Bud buddies aren't proving me wrong, we winning. Bro, you look like Freeway when he first signed with Rockefeller when he ain't had no money. So you should probably just be silent. You should have never put that avatar up there looking like the pre-Rockefeller Freeway. I don't even know why you would do that to yourself. Get him out of here. Even though what we do is wrong, free gotta catch a bag, free Bro, if you don't get state property out of my chat immediately, man, you must not know I spit bullets a bar, AKAR, the heat with the rock, ain't with the heat with the Glock. Bro, get Freeway out of here. I don't think y'all got him yet. Let me know when Freeway is out of my chat. Man, you must not know I done bullets or bars, AKAR, the heat with the rock. Somebody let me know we're not going to continue until Freeway is out of here. I'll beat you in a fight, though. All right, Free. Get Free out of here. Bro, you need to beat your cholesterol. That's what you really need to beat. AKAR, the heat with the rock. I'm with beans and pie, beans and pie, beans and rock, beans and... Bro, beat your cholesterol. Beat your next doctor's visit. That's what you should be beating. Beat the scale. Beat your barber up. You worried about me, you need to beat your barber up for that beard. I ain't got a cut in a minute, and my beard don't look as scraggly as yours. AKAR, he with the rock, BABR. Bro, what you talking about? What, like, honestly, what? I sent slugs to your moms, your pops, and your daughter. Bro. Bro, get state prop out of here, bro. You triggered them with the video. Bro, they always mad. State property always mad at me. Flip side, says you quero who she says she blow la la. Flip side? Bro, any more Bud buddies? Anybody else? So I can continue? Hey, when they hate, donate. Y'all gotta listen. I'm going to terminate the stream. Listen. Hold on. Y'all are going to pay for this disrespect. I'm cooking with Boxing Fact. They talking about, oh, I challenge you to a duel, a fisticuff, and saying a bunch of stupid stuff. Y'all are going to pay for that. You either A, get the likes up ASAP, or you gonna get the loot up ASAP. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. There we go. Y'all, I promise, every time they hate, y'all will pay. My time is money. I am not delivering these entertaining streams, and I would not be disrespected. If I am disrespected, then y'all got to pay. Bud mad as EJ got all the big money fights, and you getting that money right. His words. Facts. What y'all talking about? Beat his cholesterol. No, I'm being dead serious. You can tell by his picture. He needs to beat his cholesterol. Because listen, I'm trying to help y'all out. Cholesterol, you got HDL levels and you got LDL levels. I know for a fact, based on his avatar, them HDL levels, they was not up to par. So I'm just saying, you got to work on the HDL levels. That's all I'm saying. The cholesterol is looking kind of bad. Yeah, I told you, listen, y'all gonna run me my money. Y'all not getting this for free. When they come in with the disrespect, y'all will pay. I promise it. Or I'll just get off the stream. Y'all are not. Hey, Vex is violating. Hey, Vex is bro. Vex ain't having it. Vex ain't having it, bro. The Black Kid, $5. Jesse Wyatt, $5. Bo Big Mac, Bo McDouble, Bo McGrit. Nah, come on, bro. Bo McNugget. I gotta read this. Bo McFlurry, Bo McChicken Nugget. If anybody was created, it was Bo Mac being created by McDonald's McClown. Hey, bro, you didn't have to. This man dropped a hit him up super chat. You had to take it there, bro. Y'all wildin', bro. Y'all wildin'. He said the McDonald's menu go crazy. Hey, come on, Marino, don't start. I can't start laughing. I got to finish this show. Y'all tripping. Okay, Tevrin says, how you mad Errol Spence because he had a better promoter? That's a good point. That's a good point, bro. How you mad because he actually had good promotion and branding? You be like, oh, the media built him. Like, what? Okay, so why is Errol paying for an advisor, Al Heyman, or going on the Showtime and working with these promoters for them to do a bad job? Of course, that's what they're supposed to do. That's why you have a team. That's why you have a team. You're supposed to try to maximize your time while you're here. Yeah, great comments. Great comments. All right, let's continue with the Bud.
Say he's not a top welterweight. He lost. He did his thing, but he lost.
Listen.
And everybody beat them, if you ask me. So if Errol beats Danny, I'm saying it's gonna be a walk in the park. Danny can fight his ass off. That's why I consider him one.
So you pose the question, is Danny Garcia even a top welterweight? Only to backtrack and then say, I consider him a great welterweight because I've known him and he can fight. So it's like, why did you even ask the question if Danny is a good welterweight if you just yourself said that you think he's a good welterweight? But keep going.
Top welterweights in the division. Not taking away his 2 close decision losses that he have. I got him, up there. But at the same time,
he said not taking away his 2 close decision losses, and then he proceeds to say that he kept losing.
Going by.
Shout out to Dennis Farmer.
What the media say, he's not a top welterweight. He lost.
Bro, he just, I can't make this stuff up. Crawford literally say, I'm not taking his close. He said, I'm not taking away his 2 close, Porter and Keith Thurman. I'm not taking away his 2 close losses at welterweight, and immediately took away his 2 close losses. Just listen.
If Errol beats Danny, I'm saying it's going to be a walk in the park. Danny can fight his ass off.
Listen.
That's why I consider him one of the top welterweights in the division. Not taking away his 2 close decision losses that he have.
I'm not taking away his 2 close decision losses that he have. It should be has, but whatever.
I got him, up there. But at the same time, if we going by what the media say, he's not a top welterweight. You know, he lost.
What? I'm not taking away his 2 close decision losses to Keith Thurman and Porter 5 seconds later. We going off the media say he lost. Like, bro, what?
He did his thing, but he lost. You know?
He did his thing, but he lost. Well, guess what? David Avanesian didn't do his thing and lost. And you fought him in your last fight. Bro, get me out of here. Bro, listen. I am destroying y'all. Y'all got to get the likes up or the loot up. This is literally too easy to the point of me wasting my time. If you listen to what Crawford's team has said for years, it becomes too easy for me to break down to the point where I feel like I'm truly wasting my time because I can't keep listening to this. So if you want to keep going through the exercise, it's going to cost you because I truly feel like I am wasting my time. He just said that Danny Garcia posed these questions. Is Danny good and all that? Then he just told you Danny was good. Then he said, I'm not going to take away from his 2 close decision losses. He did his thing. And then he took away from his 2 close losses and say who he beat. And he said, oh, he lost though. Okay, using your own logic, David Avanesian lost to Lamont Peterson in Cincinnati. I was at the fight. It was on an Adrian Broner Granados card, and that was on the undercard. Lamont Peterson, who Errol Spence knocked out, beat him. And he got knocked out by a guy that Crawford knocked out, Mean Machine. And that was your last opponent. So how do you have all this scrutiny for Danny Garcia, who has a better resume than you, fought and beat more impressive people at 140 than you, even though he wasn't fully undisputed? His resume is still better at 140 with Khan and Lucas Matisse and Lamont Peterson. But you don't have none of this energy for Jeff Horn, David Avanesian. Come on, bro. And your team is now saying Errol Spence is media hype. Bro, get my likes up. Tevrin Mitchell. Facts hurt. Shout out to Tevrin, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is why Bud is blocking me, because the truth hurts. And that's not an Errol Spence pun. The truth just hurts. I am only going off of what, I swear to you on everything, if Crawford's team conducted themselves a bit different, like if they had all the trash talk, we're going to destroy Errol Spence July 29th. He's out of here. We're going to beat him down bad. We're going to beat him bloody. Errol Spence getting stopped. I wouldn't have zero problem, because you're supposed to say those things and you're supposed to feel those things as a fighter. I promise you I would have no problem with that, because that's just fight talk. Caleb Plant thought he was beating David Benavidez. Benavidez thought he was going to beat Caleb Plant. Simple as. But when you start getting mad because people are picking on your resume, and then you start coming up with this weirdo logic and try to play all these mental games and Jedi mind tricks and say Errol's a media creation, this is why Bud Crawford is in the hot seat. If his team wasn't acting like this and they were solely focused on July 29th and saying, we're going to whoop Errol, it's not much of a conversation. Every fighter says they're going to whoop the person, leading up to the fight. Hey, get the claps up. We got King Supreme. We got a brand new channel member. Please get the likes up and put your clap emojis. No, that's what Bud's team and the Bud Buddies don't understand. No one, and I repeat, no one has any problem with Crawford being confident before the fight. You're a fighter. You fought all your life. You're supposed to be confident and think you can beat anyone. That's not the issue. The issue is being disingenuous and or lying to try to make a point, or saying these highly diluted points that no one else can see but Team Crawford. You're really mad that people are breaking down your resume, so you're trying to do the same. Life does not. You know what the funny thing is? Listen, let's get over 500 likes. I'm going to tell you something that's so funny when it comes to Terence Crawford. And it's a comparison that I have never really heard anyone else say, but I've peeped it. First, y'all got to get over 500 likes. That's the first way I'll spill the beans. We need to get closer to like 515 likes and keep growing. That's a good starting point. And then I'll spill the beans for y'all. Because I know, listen, if I'm working, y'all working with me. Levon, what's up? What it do? King Supreme, appreciate you for becoming a channel member. Like, okay, here, I'll give you an example. Let's say me and Bobby Brown got in a debate. And for my roasting point, I start saying, oh, you was on drugs, right? I have never done drugs. Me, myself, and I, Beyonce voice. So even though you didn't like that roast or it got on your skin, you can't flip that on me because I've never done drugs in my whole life. So if I'm like, hey, Bobby Brown, you a crackhead, blah, 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 wah, 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 and I'm dissing Bobby Brown for being on that stuff at a point in his career or his life, he can't say, oh, Ego a crackhead. That wouldn't even make sense because I've never done any drugs before. Do you get me? I'm just trying to get a basic, you know, a basic benchmark so you guys understand the analogy. If me and Bobby Brown were roasting each other and I hit him with the crackhead line, you're a crackhead, won't wompty, blah, blah, blah. He can't use that on me because I've never done any drugs in my whole life. So that doesn't even make sense to try to Uno reverse it on me. This is Terence Crawford. People are criticizing his resume, so he feels he can explain away how his resume is great and make us believers and Uno reverse it to Errol Spence, but nobody believes what you're saying about Errol's resume, and they're not saying it about Errol's resume when he fought the guys and who he fought and how he beat them. They're saying it about your resume. So you guys have to understand this is not Uno. In life, it's just you. That's one. That's Uno, right? Juno. You can't just flip the Uno reverse card when it's not applicable. This is what Crawford's team does. Stuff that is being directed at them specific. This is your specific career. We're not talking about Errol's career. We're talking about your specific career, who you fought, who they were when you fought them, how they played out, you know, did you get the big fights, et cetera, et cetera. You can't flip that and pull the Uno reverse and then make us point the fingers at Errol Spence when his career didn't play out like that. He was branded well. He fought guys when they were champions. He fought an undefeated Mikey Garcia. Ocampo was a mandatory. It doesn't work like that.
No, just being honest. We're keeping it real. You know, the 2 shots that he had, he lost. Now, given Terence Crawford case, you know what I mean? You can say what you want. I won the fights that I had to win.
Darrell Williams, easy work, Ego, keep speaking the facts. Appreciate you.
Against the guys that I had to win against. Errol Spence, you know what? He fought Kell Brook.
Bro, this logic doesn't work. He just said, given Terence Crawford's case, I won the fights that I had to win. Okay, guess what? Errol Spence is undefeated. So what does that mean? That means he won all the fights that he had to win as well because you're both undefeated and he won against better guys at better times. Bro, listen again.
say it's not, you know, Sean Porter.
Listen.
Sean, what the media say, he's not a top welterweight. You know, he lost. He did his thing, but he lost.
Listen,
just being honest, we keeping it real. You know, the 2 shots that he had, he lost.
okay, listen.
Now, given Terence Crawford case, you know what I mean? You can say what you want. I won the fights that I had to win, you know, against the guys that I had to win against.
So how is that any different for Errol Spence, seeing how he also is undisputed and he has a better resume? He said, given Terence Crawford's case, I won the fights that I needed to win against the guys that I was in there with. Guess what? Errol Spence has a better resume, and him being undefeated signifies that he too won every fight that he needed to win. So what are we talking about? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Man, I won against who I had to beat. Okay, so Errol Spence has 2. And anybody else who's undefeated. People keep criticizing Gervonta Davis's resume. So does that rule apply to him? He beat everyone. He beat everybody he needed to beat, most by stoppage. So what's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, this logic doesn't make sense. The logic is not logicking.
Errol Spence, you know what? He fought Kell Brook. He beat Kell Brook. You know, Sean Porter ain't beat the top welterweight. Y'all claim. But
Errol Spence beat Kell Brook and Sean Porter. You're trying to bag him for it, and then you later fought the guys that he had already beaten and severely beaten. Okay. I mean, come on, bro.
in my eyes, Sean Porter didn't fought all the welterweights there is to fight, but Terence Crawford.
Sean Porter fought everybody, and you fought him after Errol Spence had dropped him and beat him for 12 rounds. But his team, again, fast forward to the future, they're saying like, man, we're not impressed with Errol Spence. But you said Sean Porter fought everyone. Why are you not impressed? Errol Spence fought Sean Porter's style of fight, fought him and beat him at his own game when he was fresher and better. It's just, come on.
Sean Porter is another one that, you know, came up short in a lot of fights. Well, a few fights. But he made him close. You know, Thurman, he fought quite a few welterweights in the division. But when we talking, you know, the number 1 guy in the division, you know, we got to be talking about Terence Crawford, man.
Bro, this is before Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, he said this. How are you the number 1 in the division with 1 belt? At the time you recorded this, Errol Spence already had beaten Sean Porter because he fought Danny after the car crash and he beat Sean Porter before the car crash. So how are you the number 1 welterweight with 1 belt? And even at this point, Errol had 2. Now Errol Spence has 3 belts since this video was made.
Up, doing my thing, willing to prove it too. But this week gonna be a tremendous fight, I'm telling y'all. You know what I mean? Danny ain't no pushover, and everybody excited to see how Errol gonna come back. You know, we shall see this week. But let's not hate on my victories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Every time I fight, everybody got something to say. Prior to the fight, everybody thought I was gonna lose.
I'm done, bro. It's too easy, bro. It literally is too easy. If you truly believe any of this stuff, then, I mean, God bless you. Prior to, bro, the man keep telling you the same story and y'all keep believing it. He literally said prior to every one of my fights, y'all said I was going to lose. Who is y'all? I know. I'm done, bro. I can't. Bro, you guys have to pay me tremendously. You got to pay me tremendously. This is the only way, bro. Who is y'all? Who said Crawford was going to lose to David Avanesian? By show of hands. Who said Jeff Horn was finna beat Crawford, who had just come from undisputed? Like, who are these alleged, like, people? that said any of these. And he keeps saying this logic. He's done interviews since this, and he said, I've been an underdog my whole career. What fight? Like, not only do I know you're lying, the sports book says that you are lying, because if you pull up Sean Porter and you pull up the Mean Machine or whoever you want to pull up, Amir Khan, you were the favorite on the Vegas books. So that in and of itself proves you to be a liar. If you're going to take the stance of your whole entire career, you've been an underdog. It's a flat out lie. This is not ego bashing Crawford. This is not ego's opinion of the situation. The sports book shows that you are lying. You're fighting the best name you've ever fought in Errol Spence. You're still the favorite. So how are you the underdog your whole career when you're fighting the best guy we've ever seen you fight next week, and you're still, as of me recording the video, the favorite over him? So you have, okay, so let me get this straight. Since you guys really, I told you, this is why y'all got to pay me, because I'm not wasting my time, bro. Let me get this straight. You want me to believe, Boxing Ego, you want me to believe that he's the favorite over Errol Spence in 2023, despite Errol having 3 belts and fighting the better, stiffer competition, despite Errol Spence having the better fundamentals, better defense, better jab, being bigger, and Crawford, despite all of these attributes and facts and stats, Crawford's the favorite over Errol Spence. So if he's going to be the favorite over a 3-belt bigger champion who's a southpaw, then was he the underdog versus David Avanesian when David Avanesian would get crushed by Errol Spence? So if there's a bigger, better, badder champion fighter and you're the favorite over him, there's no way Amir Khan, whenever you fought him, was the favorite over you or Jeff Horn or whoever else. So you haven't been the underdog. This is what you're telling people. And Ricky Williams said he's a fibber. That would be like, that's like me saying I've always had over 300,000 subs on YouTube. That would be a flat out lie. And it's easy to prove because someone can go and look at an old video or an old screenshot and see that I didn't have 300,000 when I first started. I mean, so again, you guys, people in boxing, it's so amazing to me that I do these videos and they want to argue. There's nothing for us to argue. You guys want to hear a debate in boxing for the sake of debating. Some things are what they are, and some things are true, and some things are false. That's it. If I told you that I've had 300,000 subs since I started, I would be lying to you. There's no other side to it. There's no, oh, you're hating on ego. Ego is just lying to you. It would be no different than LeBron James saying he was 6'8" when he was born. It's a lie. No matter if you like LeBron, if you hate LeBron, no matter what you say, if LeBron James told people he came out the womb and he was 6'8", which is his current height, it is a lie. There is no debate. There is no conversation. There is no argument you can make. It is a lie. He was not 6'8" when he was born. It is impossible. It is an impossibility for that to have been the case. There's no kid in the history of humanity that's ever been recorded that came out and they were 6'8" and 265 pounds. Then how could you even grow up? How could LeBron grow up to the size he is today if he came out the womb at that size? So again, that's the buffoonery. Look, this is the level of Bud Buddy stupidity. Your logic is all wrong, brother. I'm out of here. I see the agenda on this page. Notice there are 0 specifics. My logic is wrong, but they refuse to tell you what's wrong. Okay, you in the hot seat. So what did I say that was wrong? Hold on. Watch this. What is wrong about my logic that was a lie or false? Disprove me. You know what I'm bringing back? Watch this. I promise you. And this is what makes the Bud Buddies look bad. So I got my stopwatch back. Let's get it. You have 45 seconds in the hot seat. I wish you had more time. Go. 45 seconds. The max you can waste from me is 45 seconds. Everybody get the likes up. We got a hot seat. 9 seconds. I wish you had more time. You said my logic is wrong. It is flawed. So you prove me wrong. And you're at 19 seconds. I wish you had more time. While we're waiting for this clown, Dennis Farmer is sending money. He said underdog. He's been pound for pound the best for how long? How is he going to say he's the underdog? It doesn't make sense. Facts. Okay, 37 seconds, 38, 39, 41. I wish you had more time. Okay, I gave you 46 seconds. Y'all see that, right? 46 seconds. What is your final answer? That's why I had to bring the stopwatch back, because you got to prove me. You say this stupid stuff, you got under a minute to prove me wrong. What is your final? Get him out of here. Next. Who next? Listen, we doing it like this. I'll do a couple more. Hey, shooters, get rid of him and block him. And then when you're done, confirm the kill. Who next? Who next? I want who next? Jonathan Rucker. He couldn't pass the test. Let me reset. Where the rest? Give me another Bud Buddy. I feast off your tears. Give me another Bud Buddy that says ego is wrong. And we're going to see what they talking about. They got 45 seconds. Shout out to 76 Mark. Bro, give me the next one. I'm running through them. Hey, I don't care about none of that. I don't care who you beat. I don't care who you lost to. Give me the next Bud Buddy. Who? Corey Collins? Who he? Styles make fights. At the end of the day, all this woofing everybody doing about resume is smoke and mirrors. There ain't no smoke and mirrors. We talking about facts. You ain't talking about He ain't really say nothing. He ain't talking about nothing. Who else? Where? Give me another Bud Buddy. Give me the next one. We doing another hot seat. If anything I said, if you think anything I said about Bud Crawford was a lie, step up. You got 45 seconds and immediately start typing, because you only got 45 seconds. Start typing it. Start typing the heat. Come with the heat. Bro, these dudes are cowards. All they do is say, oh, you're lying, you're hating, and all this other stuff, but they don't step up to the plate. And y'all talking about do a call-in show. It's not going to be any different. Either you're telling the truth or you're lying, and then we're going to establish that and expose that real quick. So the call-in, you just going to hear their stupid voice. Hey, block Corey Collins. We don't like you here, bro. Get him out of here. Yeah, get Corey Collins. Who else? Who next? We wait. They spineless. They some invertebrates. Get Corey Collins. Where the next Bud Buddy step up to the plate. Bro, they not Babe Ruth. They not finna knock this one out the park. And they know it. So that's why they remain silent. See, this is why I had to stop doing the hot seat. Because it becomes a time waster, because they cowards and they scared. They know what I'm saying is true, and they know they don't know more than me to prove me wrong. So they just say, oh, you're hating on Bud. Okay, what else you got? Prove me wrong now. That's all I've been waiting for, is to be proven wrong, and they refuse to do it. So I must be onto something.
I had people, this the toughest fight of his career. Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Danny ain't no pushover, and everybody excited to see how Errol gonna come back. You know, we shall see this week. But let's not hate on my victories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Every time I fight, everybody got something to say. Prior to the fight, everybody thought I was gonna lose. I had people, this the toughest fight of his career. Kell Brook is so big and strong, and he's gonna do this. I heard it all. And those same guys, after the fight, had the most excuses. Even the writers. The writers said this and said that after the fight, he was washed up. Now he was washed up. Prior to the fight, the man told you out his own mouth, this is the best he's ever felt in his whole career.
I'm pretty sure we were saying Kell Brook was washed up before you fought him. We didn't wait until an outcome and didn't say Kell Brook was washed. We definitely said he was washed before. So what is Bud talking about? We did not wait until you beat Kell Brook or whatever, and you actually were losing the first two and a half rounds, but whatever. You beat him. You knocked him out. We were saying that he was washed before the fight when it was announced. Ain't nobody was like, oh, this is the fight of the year. I now understand why Crawford has never, up until this point, never, ever had a fight that was anywhere remotely close to a Gervonta Davis fight, because the level of opposition, you're not going to get there. If the fans didn't demand the fight and the fans don't believe the opponent has a chance, even like I knew Ryan Garcia wasn't going to beat Gervonta Davis, but he was able to convince his casual fans that he stood a chance. He was bigger, so physically he looked bigger than Tank. He has power and speed, and he was trash talking. So as long as, whether it's true or not, as long as you can convince people, like Conor McGregor, he was trash talking Mayweather. I knew he wasn't going to win. And these are predictions that I put out before the fight. But Conor McGregor is bigger than Floyd. He's a southpaw. He has some power in the UFC, and he was talking trash. Oh, fuck the Mayweather. I don't let you tank in. Who the f is that? Like, he was doing all that. Like, you'll do none. And he had people believing that he could beat Floyd Mayweather. So all I'm saying is the belief has to be there. Me, Kamal Oz, Ricky, boxing fans, nobody believed that David Avanesian would beat you. David Avanesian wouldn't be popular enough, or he didn't have enough of a height advantage or power advantage or anything brought to the table, experience, that we felt, oh man, Bud in for it. If Bud fought Canelo, then I'll pick Canelo. You see what I'm saying? Because that, like, bro, you hear what I'm saying? You feel me? Bro, if Bud said he moving up to 68 to fight Canelo, then I would pick Canelo, because that's a heap of weight. So then you would be in that situation. You see what I'm saying? But you didn't fight those type of people, bro. That even gave people like a chance or a feeling that it would not go your way. So why are you saying you're the underdog the whole time? That's not true, bro. Kamal, man, Kamal about to cook y'all.
Let's go.
Hey, get him, Kamal. Hey, get him, Kamal.
Let's go.
Yeah, Kamal. Hold on, let me see this. Kamal with the $20. Team Crawford said a year ago, Ugas is a silent killer. He beat Bud 2 times in the amateurs. Y'all getting smoked, for real. After Errol Spence beats after Errol Spence beats Ugas, then they say Ugas is a bum. While Crawford was fighting Jimmy Eat World, the middle, and Hoobastank, Errol Spence was clearing out the top 10 welterweights. Mic drop. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey. Bro, everything we're saying is fact, and that's why Bud keep blocking me on every platform, because you don't want to deal with facts, and you're used to Bernie screaming in your ear and telling you that you're the greatest since sliced bread, and you don't want to face the music. That's not a real world to be like. Here's an example. I am a content creator. I create content. If my audio is trash, I promise you, Kamal Oz, Sura, Ricky Williams, Kenya B, and the rest of Ego's army, No matter how much they like being in Ego's army, no matter how many live streams they've attended, they would tell me about myself. They would say, oh, Ego, the audio is sounding trash. You need to do this. Or I couldn't even understand what it was like, inaudible. They're not going to just say, oh, Ego, your audio is the greatest, knowing it's not. And I don't want that. I am a human person who is capable of making mistakes. I do not want my squad and my homies and my people and my family to lie to me because there's no growth in that. You can take other people out of it. You will not thrive and reach the levels of success that you ultimately can reach, or it's going to take a lot longer if there's no self-actualization and accountability. If you go through the world and say, oh, you know, the government, Biden, and the recession, and my job is the man, and you don't take accountability for the mistakes you make in life, it's going to be extremely hard to grow under those terms. The moment you do like Michael Jackson, look that man in the mirror and make the decisions that are better decisions and hold yourself accountable, that's when you truly can grow. You have to have a starting point. You won't have a starting point unless you take full responsibility for your life. Marino Arias, my guy, no lies being told, why they mad, big shark, big fish. For example, I've been on all sides of the spectrum. I've been insanely broke where my money was super tight and I had to go to McDonald's or Taco Bell and get 79-cent, dollar menu type of stuff, buck doubles and stuff like that. I've had that. I've had these experiences. Nobody ever gave me nothing. I didn't come from a silver spoon. There was times where I was by myself. I had to figure it out by myself, right? When I was in the pits, when I was at probably some of the worst and toughest parts of my adult life, I had to look myself in the mirror to see not only what I was doing right, because you got to celebrate the small wins, but more importantly, what I was doing wrong. You got to see what you're doing wrong to have an actual starting point, right? If you don't think you're doing anything wrong, you have no starting point because you're not keeping it real with yourself. And it's that simple, my friends. Like if you're fat as hell, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you're fat as hell and you're insecure about the way you look. If you keep telling yourself you're skinny, you have no starting point. You're lying to yourself. You don't feel good. Your jeans don't fit. You can't buy clothes that fit. Yada, yada, yada. It's going to be hard for you to lose weight because you're not being real with yourself. How are you going to lose weight and you're faking yourself out? Somebody explain that in the comment section. Like, you can believe me, don't believe me, I don't care. Some people believe in affirmations and incantations. What those are is like basically you tell yourself, I'm a champ, and build yourself up, look in the mirror and say these things. If you lie to yourself, none of that stuff works. Like if you have these incantations and affirmations that you say every single day, but you do not believe it, it will not work. Like when I tell you I'm the best in the business, deep down inside, I really believe it. Deep down inside, I really know I'm the best in the business. Deep down inside, I know these young boys can't beat me. Deep down inside, I know they can't touch me. I know they can't outwork me. I'm not saying this just because I'm trying to get clout or I'm saying this because I'm trying to sound cool. I know I am truly the best in the digital era of covering boxing. But if you tell yourself lies and you do not believe it, it will not work because deep down inside, you do not believe that thing. Not only do I believe what I'm telling you, I know what I'm telling you to be true. That's why people have a problem with my personality if they have a problem with my personality, because I'm brash, steak and potato, straight shooter, and I'm telling you what it is and how I feel. And some people can't handle the truth. They want to sugarcoat it. Luckily for me, I've always had great men that were older than me, my older brother, my dad, my barber, that were older than me, and OGs that helped guide me. Like, here's an example with my barber, right? My barber, I was in high school. So I was like a kid, you know what I mean? I wasn't a legal adult. I'm gonna get to the super chats, but I gotta get this thought out. I was in high school and I was going into my barber. He would get super mad to the point where the haircut was awkward if I came to the appointment that I made late. This is a true story, y'all. This is a true to life story. My barber, DC, shout out to him. He out in LA right now. Keep doing your thing. He's working with Snoop Dogg as well. He's a death row barber. Shout out to my man, DC. This is a true, swear to God story. I've always had OGs. He's from Compton. Look him up. Great barber, right? And he working with Snoop right now. Death row. So you can ask him. When I was in high school, I'm young. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I'm a little kid or whatever. If I had a Saturday appointment and I made the appointment for 3:30, if I got there at 3:35, 3:34, 3:31, he would be like, I could tell he was hot. I could tell he was hot. And then for me being a kid or like young, I didn't all the way understand it. I'm like, damn, like you know, he's like making the haircut uncomfortable. Like you could tell he was like not effing with it, right? You know what I'm saying? We friends. So the reason I'm telling you this is I thought about it after, and like as an adult, as a grown man, I understand it more. If you set appointment for 3:30 and this is his business, he gets paid per cut. You said you're going to be at 3:30. If you get there at 3:45, you done messed up his schedule. He got a person coming right after you at the barber shop. And he had specific, because this was before I was in high school. So they didn't have no apps to help you do the appointments and scheduler app. They didn't have no stuff like that. So he's relying on people to be on time to the barber shop because you his 3:30 and he got someone coming at 4. He knows he cuts your hair, it's going to take 30 minutes. And he scheduled it for that. You got to respect people like that. You got to respect when somebody, that's their time. You know what I mean? Like you gonna get mad because you late. That's Terence Crawford. He gonna be late to the barbershop. He mad because the barber mad. You can't be mad. The barber's on time. He showed up ready to work. You weren't in the chair ready to get your cut. And you said you would be there at 3:30. So as a man, you gotta stand on that 10 toes. You feel me? You make the 4 o'clock appointment if you couldn't make 3:30. That's on you. You can't get mad at the barber. How you gonna get mad at the barber because you was late? Oh, but it was traffic. Who cares? That's your fault. You should have left the house earlier. What y'all talking about? Shout out to the black kid.
Let's go.
Bud lost the mental warfare to this fight a long time ago. Facts. And that's why that's why I'm picking EJ over him. He definitely lost round 0 or whatever we're talking about. Shout out to Kamal Oz.
Let's go.
We're going to let Kamal cook. He sent $10. He said, another sign that Bud Crawford has feasted on no-hopers. He talks trash before the fights at media workouts, and opposing camps do nada. Derek James checked him and his yes men quick. Derek James and Errol Spence don't play that crap. Hey, block Tony Rodriguez. I don't care what he talking about. I don't know you beat, I don't know you lost to. The fact that he's creating a problem and he got a French bully as his picture, he's not worth my time. Yeah, get him out of here. He out of here. I'm the king of pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, get him out of here. I don't care what he talking about. Y'all trying to waste my time. Listen, more money, less wasting of my time.
Yeah.
to the Beach Boys. Yeah. King of Pop. Dot, dot, dot. Care what these dudes is talking about. They can't beat me. They can't beat the King of Pop. Yeah. My life never be the same. Girl, you came and changed the way I walk, the way I talk. How can I explain? Bro, look. They can't beat the King of Pop, you feel me? Listen. Yeah. What y'all talking about, bro? They ain't beating the King of Pop when it comes to this boxing stuff. Y'all tripping. There's no Bud Buddy that can defeat the facts. Doom, 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 doom. My life, I'd never be the same. Girl, you came and changed the way I walk. Y'all can't defeat the King of Pop, bruh. How can I explain? I don't care what the Bud Buddies is talking about unless it's facts. It's that simple. Hey, get my likes up. So if we ain't talking about facts, we ain't talking about nothing. What did Whitney Houston say? I've got nothing. Nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing. Yeah, so anyway, that Errol Spence being a media craze, stop it, bro. Stop it. Errol Spence don't even get respect from old media. I hate a media creation. Huh? Next week, we're going to see what it is, July 29th. Like I said, I just don't like the disingenuous stuff from Crawford's team. You know, like, oh, who Danny beat? Like, bro, because people are scrutinizing your resume, that don't mean you can do it to others when they have different. PBC guys was all fighting. You wasn't. They was all fighting like top people. I know it might offend you that people don't look at your resume the same, but
that's why I say it's a 50 round. Made both of them, lead the ring healthy, and neither one of them get any serious injuries, and may the best man win. That's how I see it. Start making all these people with the big mouths, the computer thugs, just pull them all out. Start letting them get a shot of, some real boxers, since they be having so much stuff to say, arguing, saying what they would and wouldn't do. Now that'll be the best thing going.
Bro, he wants to fight people on the internet. Like what? Bro, your hands are lethal weapons. Why do you want to fight people on the internet? I mean, come on, bro. Like, are you that thin-skinned? Like, I'm just being real. Are you that thin-skinned that everybody who disagrees with you, you want to fight them? Like, come on, bro.
The casual fans, I bet you they'll have a different approach of boxers, MMA, any type of physical sports. It's like football, basketball, whatever. Everybody always have an opinion. Or
this man said because he can't fight real comp, so he tried to fight the internet. Wow.
What they would have did if they was in that situation. But when you fight Terence Crawford, you got your hands full. It's just simple, Mikey's still fighting. I think Mikey want to go down to 140 and fight T.
Boss Red, $5. Remember what happened to AJ when he was telling fans to fight Wilder? I forgot about that. He said Bud giving that same energy. Shout out to Boss Red. I did forget how he told the fans.
Sean Porter a good fighter. You know what I mean? Sean Porter been fucking putting in work since shit. I can remember when he was fucking fighting Danny Jacobs and Sean Estrada, big ass. Yeah.
So how your team don't respect Errol's resume if he fought a better version of Porter?
Could I beat you in 2K? I don't even play 2K, but I be getting dubs when I do. And Luke Campbell ain't no joke, so.
Bro, why he love UK fighters so much? Luke Campbell, man.
The real, where I'll leave it at. I've been calling all of them out since I was at 140. You know.
That didn't even make sense. I've been calling everyone out since I was at 140. Why would they care if you're not in the division?
Come up to the 147 division and everybody say get a belt. I get a belt. Then everybody having excuses. Then the fans run with it. Oh, he's on the other side of the street. I have never heard that. We both can't be claiming to be the best in the division if we ain't fought each other. So that's where.
Bro, he said we can't be claiming the best in the division if we ain't fought each other. But he just said earlier in this thing he was the best in the division.
Where I'll leave it at. I've been calling all of them out since I was at 140. You know, I come up to the 147 division and everybody say get a belt. I get a belt. Then everybody having excuses. Then the fans run with it. Oh.
Okay, that made no sense. He says, I've been calling out these fighters since I was at 140. If you're at 140, why would you be calling out fighters 7 pounds north of where you're fighting at? Bro, come on, dog. Y'all got to give me some better work. Boss Red, $2. Bud got the same skin disease as Uncle Ruckus. Listen to the breakdown. He said, I've been calling out all these guys since 140. If you're at 140 working towards undisputed, why would you be calling out welterweights, and why would they take you serious even if you did and you're not in their weight class? Nobody is going to look down and like really entertain a guy that's not even in their current weight class. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let's say I was a cruiserweight and I'm like, yeah, I've been calling out Wilder since I was at cruiserweight. Bro, if you're at cruiserweight until you move to heavyweight, then no one really kind of care what you're talking about until you're in the division. That's one thing. The other thing, he says, then I moved up to 147 and everybody was telling me I needed to get a belt. And then when I got a belt, everybody made up another excuse. That is another lie. This is accountability and this is disingenuous. How did anyone say, hey, you're at 147, you need to get a belt first, when your first fight was Jeff Horn for the WBO belt, which is the same stanky belt that you've had the whole time you've been at welterweight? His first fight, because he was undisputed in the previous division, he had dibs on a belt as soon as he moved up. And he fought in his first fight a guy that didn't beat Pacquiao but had the WBO belt. So who told you that you needed to get a belt when your first fight was a belt fight? That doesn't even make sense. And you guys just literally let him say this. And when I say it and point these inconsistencies out, I'm the bad guy. It would be like Bill Duke or a detective on the first 48, right? And then the person said they were at home sleeping at 9 p.m. And then later in the interrogation, they said at 9 p.m. they went out to Jack in the Box and they was hungry. Bro, you just said that you was at home sleep. How'd you go to Jack in the Box now at the same time? So you could have committed the murder because you really wasn't at home asleep like you're claiming, and there was a period of time you went out. That's exactly how detectives catch the person up in a lie because they find the inconsistencies with the statement. You said you were sleeping at 9 p.m. and didn't wake up till the next day. Now you talking about you got up at 9:30 to go to Jack in the Box because you was hungry. Then now your story, you know you done effed up. He said that people told him to get a belt first. Your first fight was a belt first. Nobody told you that.
He's on the other side of the street. I have nobody got to be number one. We both can't be claiming to be the best in the division if we ain't fought each other. So that's where I'll leave it at. I've been calling all of them out since I was at 140. You know, I come up to the 147 division and everybody say get a belt. I get a belt. Then everybody having excuses. Then the fans run with it. Oh, he's on the other side of the street. I have never heard that ever in my life until now. You never hear that with nobody else.
That's incorrect. He said he never heard the side of the street. Bro, that's what I'm saying. This is what happens when you have a team of yes men and everybody just gasses up and is an echo chamber for what you're saying. He said the sides of the street did not exist until him. He had never heard that, oh, so-and-so's on the side of the street. What? Then explain Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That's a prime example of a bigger fight than you've ever been in that had the sides of the street. Pacquiao's with HBO, Floyd left to Showtime. I'm done. It's literally too easy. Now it's just like wasting my time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Next week, you know, we'll find out what it is in terms of Spence Crawford. I've already told you who I think will win. And, you know, we're just going to keep rocking. But the disingenuous and the statements and the inconsistencies, if you guys help, like, foster this type of behavior in boxing, then you're truly part of the problem. The fact that I seem to be the only one pointing this stuff out is insane. Kamal Oz has a super chat before I get out of here.
Let's go.
How was come on about that? All I could do is laugh, bro. How is this true when his promoter at the time, Bob Arum, said he turned down fights with Ugas and other PBC guys at 147? Arum said he didn't want that work. Bro, literally, I truly understand this, right? Top Rank, I think they spotted something with Crawford early on where they kind of kept him to a minimum in terms of doing interviews. The more he interviews, the more that he's his own boss and a free agent, the more he gets on a camera with a microphone, usually the worse it gets because you get to see the real character. You get to see the real logic. You get to hear his echo chamber and his talking points. And I think that's what ultimately hurts Crawford more than anything. Because, I mean, it's like Abel Sanchez. When Abel Sanchez had Triple G, he started saying crazy stuff, bro. And it's just real boxing fans aren't going to buy it, bro. If you're saying all this craziness and like Andre Ward ducked Triple G and like we know it's not true, it's just not going to fare well for you. You see what I'm saying? I know this because I've made a whole career in boxing by keeping it real, no cosigns. I ain't jump off nobody back. All I did was talk boxing and keep it real. So I know if you do the opposite and you don't like falsify information and, you know, pencil whip documents and you're just like a genuine person, authentic, you can do what I did in this game. But when you start coming with stuff we know is not factually true or historically true, the real boxing fans are going to see right through it. It's that simple. Real boxing fans are going to see it a mile away and say, that is not true. Like when you say Crawford said, oh, I was an underdog my whole career. What fight? What fight? Name one fight where Crawford was an underdog. Out of all of his best names, name one fight where he's the underdog. Where the consensus in boxing was that he truly was going to lose. Not Errol Spence. Don't say Errol Spence. Because I'm talking about a fight that has already happened with Crawford where people said he was going to lose. I have never picked against Crawford up until the Errol Spence fight. Never. Never. So you guys tell me when this allegedly happened. He said he'd been an underdog his whole career. Everyone was saying he's too small. When? When did Kamal say Amir Khan was gonna beat Crawford butt? Pause. When did Ricky Williams and Boxing Ego and Ego's Army say Mean Machine finna, before the fight, he gonna destroy Crawford? It literally didn't. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's not true. It's literally not true. Bud has fought dudes his 12-year-old son size his whole career. That's why this fight is important, so we can see, like, now we'll get a real gauge. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're fighting someone who's actually good, actually relevant, actually a champion, actually respected at the time you're fighting him. You know, none of this Kell Brook is, like, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Bud and his team, their logic is stuff like this. They'll say, oh, you don't know about boxing, so let's talk about boxing. How can you say Errol Spence doesn't impress you with his resume? He beat Kell Brook in 2017. You beat him in the pandemic in 2020. And then they say stuff like, oh, but Golovkin had messed up his eye. Okay, he messed up one of his eye, and then the very next fight, Errol Spence messed up the other eye. So that means 3 years later, when you fought him in the bubble, in Vegas, not at home in the UK where Errol Spence fought him, he had two bad eyes. You can't spin it your way to make it make sense. If you're saying that Errol Spence got a damaged, beat up Kell Brook with one eye, guess what? Errol Spence damaged and broke the other eye and made him take a knee and stopped him at home, and you fought him 3 years later when he hadn't even looked good in fights with Michael Zarafa and he had been fighting at 54. Then he has to drop down to 147 in the pandemic where gyms were closed and all this type of stuff. And then you beat him with two bad eyes. So you're not going to make, and then his team would say stuff like, oh, he was coming off a 3-win streak. Bro, he fought Rabchenko. Stop playing with me, bro. He fought Rabchenko, Michael Zarafa, and this other dude. You see what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, win streak, like Roger Mayweather voice, who he beat. Like, anybody could be on a win streak when you're fighting DeLuca and Rabchenko and Michael Zarafa, and he didn't even look good in the Zarafa fight. So, okay, imagine if Errol Spence's next 3 fights were Mark DeLuca, Rabchenko, 2 guys you've never heard of, and Michael Zarafa. Keep in mind, Michael Zarafa got knocked out by my boy Kid Chocolate on PBC years ago. Peter Quillen knocked him out years ago. So are these significant wins? Absolutely not. So again, you can say that he was on the 3-win streak, but real boxing fans were going to look at that and be like, who were those wins? Kell Brook didn't even have his main trainer. See, Marino. I'm trying to tell you. Bro, you guys can't fight your way out of these facts. Bro, like, if Errol Spence, like, and the thing is, people say, oh, you're an Errol sexual, you love Errol. If Errol fought Rabchenko, Mark DeLuca, and Zarafa in 3-fight succession, I would not be giving props to Errol Spence for that. I can assure you. I mean, luckily, Errol's a real man's man, so we don't have to worry about what if. See, that's the difference between me and them. They have to make fake, make-believe scenarios to try to prove a point. Like, I had to say, oh, if Errol did, he didn't do that. So it's really a moot point. I can really go through Kell Brook resume or Amir Khan. And Amir Khan got knocked out by Canelo brutally, worst knockout of his whole career, took time off, had like some kind of hip surgery, and he fought against Phil LaGreco. It was a 39-second fight. And then he fought Samuel Vargas and almost got knocked out. That's who he so, yeah, he was on a 2-win streak. This is what Bud's fans will say. Amir Khan, he was on a 2-win streak. Yeah, he fought a 40-second fight, and then he got almost knocked out by Samuel Vargas, who's never been considered top 5 at any point in the welterweight division, that Danny Garcia had already knocked out. And before that, he was getting brutally stretched by Canelo in a fight he was winning. So again, you're not going to be able to bamboozle the public that knows. Shout out to the Niners. Shout out to Val Ramos because he got the Niners, and he said it's the truth. Errol Spence knocked out Phil LaGreco as well. That's Kamal Oz is cooking. See, collectively, you guys can't deal with Ego's army because we're actually giving you facts. Please get the likes up. Errol Spence and Danny Garcia beat Phil LaGreco before Amir Khan. That's absolutely facts. And then Errol Spence also beat Danny Garcia, who beat Phil LaGreco. So how are we going to give Amir Khan basically one fight removed? I'm not counting nobody with a 40-second fight unless it's Wilder as no real fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, you fought a 40-second fight with a retired chef on YouTube, Phil LaGreco, after Danny and Errol had beat him. Crawford's team, they keep saying YouTubers don't know about boxing, but I'm telling you chronologically who fought who they were each time, and they can't prove me wrong. So who really knows about boxing? Who's really giving you guys the facts and the truth if I'm telling you what happened in each person's career? So again, you guys, I'm just saying, be cautious about what you hear. They say, oh, Ego don't know boxing. Oh, Kamal Oz, he a groupie. They're aerosexuals. But we're hitting you with facts. We're not telling you a bunch of, like, Kamal Oz is saying Errol beat Phil LaGreco. Ego saying Danny Garcia beat Phil LaGreco. You can go to his box rec right now and see that both guys have wins over Phil LaGreco. So this is not a trap. It's not a, people say stupid stuff and oh, that's your narrative. It's not my narrative. It's the fact of the matter. This is not an agenda. This is not aerosexual. This is what transpired in each person's career. And Danny Garcia, oh my, I'm done, bro. Danny Garcia knocked out Khan. Shout out to Black Kid. Get the likes up. Here's another, I'm going to leave y'all with one more. I'm going to crush the Bud Buddies even some more. They wanted some more. They want some more. I got to give them more. Rumble, young man, rumble. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Put your thinking caps on. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Bud Crawford is trying, when he was at the press conference in L.A., I believe it was, the L.A. stop, his logic is that Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, right? Y'all got to pay attention. Put your thinking caps on. If y'all can outthink me, you're going to have to work for it. And I promise you can't do that, right? So at the press conference for Spence Crawford, Bud Crawford basically was alluding to Errol Spence got a damaged goods version of Kell Brook because Triple G had broken his orbital in the previous fight, right? So he's basically saying that, hey, why should I give him credit for Kell Brook when Triple G had already busted his eye? There's a guy that moved up to middleweight and got his eye busted and got stopped in the 5th round, right? So using Bud's logic, you fought Amir Khan 2 fights, really one, because one was 39 seconds after this. So why should we give you props for fighting Amir Khan? And this was the scene 2 fights before Crawford fought him of Amir Khan. Boom. You never know. So if Kell Brook, see, and here's the thing. When Kell Brook fought Errol, or we'll take it back. When Kell Brook fought Triple G, he was standing up. He never got dropped in that fight. His eye gave out, and then they waived it because it was like too much damage or whatever, right? But he was still standing up. I remember distinctly. He never got dropped in that fight. Amir Khan was actually dead for a few seconds. This is literally Amir Khan unconscious with Kenny Bayless doing the eulogy. And you fought him after this scene. Like, this is enough to, like, damn near, like, have a person retire. And Terence Crawford fought him on paper. You literally fought him 2 fights after this, and he looks like he in a casket, bro. But then you're trying to hate on Errol Spence and say he fought a damaged good version of Kell Brook. Kell Brook at least got a chin to go to middleweight and fight a guy with 21 knockouts in a row and give it a go, and he wasn't sleeping. So at the very least, Errol Spence fought the guy with the better chin that had taken punishment in a higher division. Amir Khan only went to 155, and at 155, this is how he looked. Can you imagine if Canelo fought Amir Khan at 160, where Kell Brook fought Triple G? Bro, Canelo did this to Amir Khan at 155. Can you imagine if the Canelo that fought at 160, he could have been 190 on fight night. If Khan was sleeping like that at 155, then it would be very, very critical if he fought any higher than that, because these are the results of Canelo off of one shot at 155 from Canelo. So before, like, you throw stones, you can't live in a glass house. But that's Crawford and his team's MO, to throw stones when they live in a glass house. Talking about Errol's media created and his resume suck and all this type of stuff, and he fought damaged good Brook. Okay, you literally going to say that Kell Brook was damaged goods when he had a belt? Amir Khan had no belt when you fought him, and this is him 2 fights ago. Man, stop. I'm done. Deuces.